side, but I hear like a huge echo.
Do you? Let's see.
Yeah, I got like a huge echo on my side.
You still hear it?
Yeah, I still hear it.
Still there?
Yeah, I don't know
You want me to rejoin?
yeah, if you want to see if that works.
Yeah, because I don't hear anything yet, but I know I did when I was talking to Bum. Let me log off and get back on.
All right.
Be back in a sec.
Cool. Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, man. My voice this evening, man, it's like hoarse as heck right now. Hopefully it sounds better. Nah, it's still there.
You sound fine. I don't sound good at all.
I mean, I can live with it. I think. At least for a little while.
Can you hear me? At least?
Yeah, man. Yours is coming in just fine.
It's just there's an echo. Let's see if anybody else reports it. I can switch to my phone. I was looking at maybe getting a separate microphone for my iPad. I wondered if that would help.
Where is it? I think I have. Shoot. Oh, here it is.
All the streamers and stuff, they always use fancy microphones.
You know, I got this big old fancy thing here myself. And I thought about just sitting here, just kind of like.
That's huge.
That's what you said.
Yeah, I mean, it looks. Wow. Looks like we're compensating for something there, man.
Even though I just got my cell phone over here, right? Sometimes I just want to be, kind of BS. Be like, yeah, man, look at me. I'm all fancy. I got myself a little podcast going on over here. Just talking to a non-plugged-in microphone.
Then you need to get it hanging up so you can move it around. A lot of them, they have it hanging up, like so it's coming in at the side and they can move it around and be like, oh, I'm talking to you over here.
Yeah, it's BS. Hey, to the viewers who are tuned in or will be watching this later on, I thank you all for your patience. I don't want to go too much in depth, guys. It's going to hurt too much, but I really needed that break. I've said it before. There was just no way humanly possible I would have been able to come on, do any sort of live stream, and been on here, been, smiling, happy-go-lucky, with Foxconn. Even right now, to this day, like I'm still miserable. But you guys gave me over 2 weeks, and I thank you for that. So I think it's about time that we get back into regular schedule again. Whether we're going back into Mondays and Wednesdays, I don't know. But at the very least, I still want to get at least into the Saturday rhythm again.
Yeah, so Tony's saying the echo is terrible too. Is the echo on me or Matt or both? I'm trying to figure that out. I logged off and logged back in. Apparently that didn't help. Matt can hear it. I don't hear anything. So it's only Matt. Do I echo at all, Tony? Because I don't hear any echo, but sometimes I do. In the past, I've heard it off and on.
No, when you talk, I don't hear no echo, but I hear my echo coming in on your side.
So it must be something on your side, I guess. If we deduce law of power of deduction, that sucks.
Should we try to cancel the stream and?
Can I hold the stream? You log out and log back in. You think?
We can try.
I'll be here, and if not, it'll end, and then I'll know you're going to start a new stream if it won't let you back in.
Yeah, I'll try to use the exact same link you sent, or I sent you.
Yeah.
And if I'm not back in within like 3 minutes or something, I'll just try to re-upload a new one.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
I'll be here.
All right, how do I exit out here without ending the stream?
That's a good question. How did I do that? Oh, there's an X in the upper left-hand corner of my app. I don't know if your YouTube app has the same thing. But like you say, does that quit the whole thing?
Yeah, so that's going to end the stream completely.
How do you do that? And these buttons, microphone, I can unmute it. Oh, what that is. Camera probably off or on. What is that? Green screen. Oh. I wonder if that's how Bum does it. On action.
So I'm going to try and X out of all of this and see if that works.
Yeah, and if it X's the stream, we'll start a new one.
Sounds good. All right.
Fingers crossed. I'm still here. Can y'all still hear me? We're testing stuffs. Good to be seen, Lance. If you could still hear me, it's saying I'm still online and live, so I don't know. Did it
Check
work?
that out.
I think it worked. You sound different.
And I don't hear no echo either.
Yeah, you sound a lot louder.
Awesome.
I thought it was my speaker, so I didn't really put 2 and 2 together. That maybe that's tied to the echo.
Tony says we're good to go, so that's awesome.
Are we good to go, Tony? Any more echo? I think he might have been responding to me. There's always a little bit of a delay. I was asking if they echo fixed. Woo, nice.
I think I'm going to use this just to raise this higher.
Yeah, I got a Cornet DVD underneath my iPad to tune it up a little. Nice. That's cool.
Awesome. Good. Much better. So I can't hit the X in the top of this because that's going to take us out of the stream. But if I just close out of all my tabs on my phone, I can re-enter that way.
That's how you did it? Okay, because it worked great. You disappeared. You went black. It was just me. And then I was like, hey, can y'all still hear me? Am I still online? It says I'm still live. And apparently, yeah. I held the spot, so that's cool.
Oh, man. I'm disappointed in myself. For like the last couple of weeks, I created this burn pit in my backyard. And my wife keeps calling it a fire pit. And even the contractors, they're like, put this in your little fire pit. I'm like, it's not a fire pit. It's a burn pit. People got to realize there is a difference between a burn pit and a fire pit. They're not the same thing. A burn pit is made to destroy. The intended purpose of a burn pit is for the destruction of materials. A fire pit is relaxation. You sit by it to cozy up next to the heat, to the fire. You watch the flames. You enjoy it. You might even cook hot dogs or marshmallows on a fire pit.
S'mores, yeah.
But I just put a bunch of bricks together, built 3 stacks high, and burnt a bunch of wood. Some of my pool deck boards, tile boards, or cardboards, whatever. I could have thrown them in a garbage can and each week put that stuff out with my regular garbage, and probably taken like the next 3 to 4 months and had that stuff just filled up my garbage for the next few months. Or I could have said, what, screw this. I'm gonna burn me if I use. I'm a little pyromaniac. Why don't I just burn all this son of a bitch? So for the last couple of weeks, that's what I've been burning everything, and I love that stuff. But I've been burning stuff I wasn't supposed to. And my contractor's like, man, you're burning stuff. They catch you, you're probably gonna face like a $500 fine. I'm like, oh shit, I hope not.
Yeah,
but like I said,
city, sometimes they frown upon that. In the country, a lot of times they don't care. You burn everything, but cities and stuff, they tend to care about some of that. They even care about fire pits, though. So depending on your city. No. Yeah. So you probably have. Do you have the pre-measured garbage cans so they can only be so big so that they can automate and the garbage men drive around and women, and it's all automated. It picks it up via arms, dumps them in the back, and puts them back down. All the same size. Yeah. So if you're cleaning out, you're doing spring cleaning or whatever, you can only fit so much stuff in there each week.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been there.
And it's funny because we got new neighbors across the street from us. Well, it feels like at some point. Oh, I think I mentioned this before. I feel like our neighbors, because when we got our pool last year, they came into our backyard. They dug up our entire yard.
Right,
we had this big, beautiful, open, green, grassy, open backyard. And then we got a pool installed, and they just dug up the entire backyard, made it look like a nasty, dirty mosh pit, biker mosh pit, whatever. And I hated that.
Have a waddy stock back there instead of a wood stock. Have some bands playing. You could jump around in the dirt like one of the wood stocks. Yeah.
So recently, and guys, I'm going to get to the comments shortly. I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you or anything like that. I just want to get to the story before I forget because I have memory problems. I don't have to explain that. You guys know better. I mean, you guys see how I talk, man. I forget half the things I talk about. So recently, we just finally completed the pool deck, or at least the majority of it. It's like 99% complete.
Nice.
So we got the deck mostly complete maybe a couple weeks ago. Then they were supposed to start working on the sauna, and then we couldn't get the sauna because we had to start draining the pool because the pool was disgusting. dirty, leaves, nasty. No, we're not just throwing a tablet, getting clean water. No, forget that. I gotta drain it. I gotta get in there. I gotta sweep up all the leaves. I gotta get in there with some darn Dawn soap or something. Scrub the sides, the bottom, everything. Man, that thing's got a deep, thorough clean. By draining that sucker, the entire pool collapsed in on itself. And I'm like, what the hell? This is what we paid 25 grand for a little aluminum can. Apparently, you're never supposed to drain a pool. I'm like, what the hell? Says who?
Oh, never?
Apparently.
Yeah, I
paid all this. Yeah, you paid all this money for a warranty. Oh, the warranty is void because you drained the pool. I'm like, well, that's the stupidest freaking thing I ever heard in my life.
Dang.
So we spent about a week and a half or so because I had to go through all these other companies to buy components. Well, we went to Leslie Pools to buy the outer shell and new other components. Well, the original pool we had was much larger. They call it a doughboy, I guess. So when you get the pool, it's like that much of a gap from the deck to where the pool is. I'm like, you think, okay, that's only about a foot or so, but well, that's not a foot. That's like 6. That's like 5 inches, but whatever. But it's about a foot difference.
I always say 8 inches when that comes up, but anyway.
But and if we had gone back to Blue World Pools, they probably would have cost us, probably a few $1,000s to get a new liner and a new a little bucket, a strainer or whatever you call it, and throw all those pieces.
And do you want to go back to them? Probably not.
No, so
give them more business.
So we paid $1,500, got all the other stuff, but it's a smaller pool. And because it was smaller, it had less components, less posts, less top pieces, less pieces that go on the liner to keep the liner in place. So it's like, what the hell? So even that was not worthy. Then they had to start ripping up all the floorboards because now the floorboards don't match up to how the original floorboards were cut out to match up with the posts and the pool alignment and everything. Yeah. So that was even more money out of my pocket. So like it's like you finally finish and then this pool was destroyed and now I had to buy all this other custom parts to include new floorboards and everything.
It's like you're starting over.
Yeah. So now
jeez.
The pool's back up, water's filled, and now it's leaking. So somebody's got to tighten some screws, put some silly putty on it. I don't know, but we can't fill up all the way, so we can't even run the pump right now to drain all those extra leaves and all the extra nastiness inside the pool and all that. So it's been a freaking headache. This project has been like 9 months in the making. There's no reason it should have taken a freaking year to get a pool deck built. Mm-hmm. But at some point, I'll probably do a walk around of what the pool deck looks like. And when people see why the pool deck, it was never supposed to be that big. It was supposed to be a little small area around the pool. That's it. Now that son of a bitch basically fills up the entire backyard.
I mean, I've seen a few of the pictures. They look kind of nice. The deck does. Unfortunately, I think I saw them with the pool. Your old pool collapsed in on itself. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But the deck looked good. It's just the pool now didn't. Like you can only have one or the other. You can't have them both. Yeah, the original guys that did the pool deck, I mean, they cut corners. They screwed up pretty much everywhere you could have possibly screwed up. So the guys I hired this time around, I mean, they're showing me all everywhere they screwed up, and they're having to go back and basically I'm paying them twice for the same work because the original guys apparently had no idea what the hell they were doing. So, but right now on the pool deck, on the third deck, I just need steps. That's going to take me to the ground level. That needs to be completed. Underneath the deck, the big deck where the pool is, that needs to have some kind of tarp laid down on the dirt, maybe some rocks or some mulch laid down, so you're not walking directly into mud every time you need to go to the pump. And maybe a police call, area cleanup, and I think that's it. Oh, you know what? No, he still has to lay down some cement. So he has to, shave one of the steps because you always got to step over it. It's not like it's just a flat surface. You're just stepping on the step and walking down. So that's kind of dangerous right there. But that'd be nice to have this done, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I'm getting all these red lava rocks I'm going to like Home Depot, whatever, and buying red lava rocks. And I'm looking at these red lava rocks out my window, and I'm looking at them compared to the regular gray rocks that we're seeing out there beforehand. Man, as far as beautification goes, that just makes a world of difference. So I'm liking that idea that, putting that everywhere around the house. That looks gorgeous. So I'm
It
happy
looks
about.
prettier
Yeah, so that looks so much better.
than like gray or river rock or like the medley of rock that's pretty common everywhere. That's what I've got around my plants and bushes, but more for
Yeah, problem is they're
mulching,
like
prettier.
I'm gonna need like 200 or 300
Chippy.
bags worth of those rocks.
And they're probably more expensive than the gray, dull river rock,
I
probably.
mean, you go to Lowe's, like for the bags that I bought, they're like $7 a bag, so they're not bad. It's just that
You need 200 of them?
they're only like that big. They're
Oh,
like you know the bags are like that big. They're like 1 inch rocks or so. And if we were getting like big 3 inch rocks, that would take up obviously more space, and we could buy less, but it just takes forever. Um, I've had my wife go in and buy like 13 bags off of because 13 bags ship for free. I'm like, well,
oh,
shoot, buy 13 bags, and but I find out that they're like Ubering the bags of rocks to us or door dashing them. So I'm like, so I gotta ask. So I asked my wife, hey, are you sure that the stuff is free? Because if they're door dashing rocks to us, are you sure you're not paying like a delivery
right.
tip or something? And she says no. So I'm like, who the hell is paying this delivery fee then? This Uber or DoorDash? That doesn't make sense.
Wow. I wonder why they do that. I would think you're in a big enough area, Home Depot. Oh.
Because
I've
if
never
I
gotten
if
mine
I
shipped, but I think it was FedEx or UPS from like a Home Depot or Lowe's or something, but not because that's like a next day or same day delivery that you're getting, probably, right? They're
yeah
not shipping it. That's
yeah,
interesting.
and if I go like and I order like a pallet of like 60 bags, they want like $75 delivery on that. And I'm like, how about I save $75 and I just order 13 bags at a time for free?
So you order 13 bags 5 times or whatever. Okay, yeah. And is there any limit? You can literally just be like 13 bags, 13 bags, 13 bags. I mean, depending how many bags you want to deal with that day or tomorrow, they deliver it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I want to be out there unloading 100 bags or moving 100 bags, but that's another way to also you're only dealing with 13 or 20 bags at a time, so you don't feel like it's a ton of bags.
exactly. That's why I'd rather have my wife do what she's doing right now.
That's
But
interesting. You deliver on 13 bags, but yeah.
and I could space them out where I want them each set of bags, each delivery.
Of course, yeah, if you order 50 or 60 bags, probably not everybody can Uber or DoorDash. I wonder if that's part of the cost, and then they have to get a real
Yeah,
truck or something.
it would have to be an actual contractor or someone that's has either a flatbed truck or something like that, because they'd have to deliver an entire pallet worth.
Rather than somebody in a car, van, or truck, personal truck. Yeah, an Uber driver.
Okay, all right. I gotta get back into these comments because like I
Yeah.
know I'm way behind, guys. But so Jason is gonna complain about the echo.
Luckily, not anymore. You have to complain about something
Oh
else.
man.
We'll have to fix it. I missed the complaining gimmick. What do you want to call it?
Let him be a robot tonight.
Hopefully, I'll sleep well tonight. I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know why. I woke up early. I took a nap for a minute, and then I woke up again and couldn't get back to sleep because it was like noon and bright and sunny. Luckily, all I had was laundry to do today, so I didn't have much sit around and in the house.
Vote stops and nups for 2028.
Review tech. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, we heard some Cardano talk in there. Did you?
Campfire. That was a good movie.
Did you order the new Bulldog set that they have, the repaints? Speaking of Cardano and the BRGs?
I was thinking about it, but I haven't.
I thought about telling you, but then I thought, oh, they'll be sold out. No, they're still available today. Day later. So apparently people are fatigued or they had a lot left over.
Because that will be their third set. And I'm like, it's not even a change of fighting pose or nothing. So I'm like, that's another $100. $200 if I decide to buy one that I want to open up and display loose.
Yeah.
Which I'm not doing anymore. So
I think color-wise, though, they're the best of the three. Though, I mean, I know they're known for the white and light blue. I like the color scheme. But really the best set was it the blue ones that came with Matilda? Only one from Matilda.
I think the white ones did.
Was the white ones? So that one I had to get. But first all I could get was the blue ones when I first started collecting. So I got the first two sets. So yesterday I ended up buying them because I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay scalper prices, but I'll pay their sticker price. Still available today. So apparently I didn't need to hurry. Yeah.
Hey, Galena. I thought you two moved to Alaska. No, when my baby boy Fox had died a couple weeks ago, I just needed a break and I couldn't come back on. I honestly thought I was gonna be gone for like 4 to 6 weeks. I wasn't planning on doing anything for a long time, and taking this break was, like I said, extra necessity because I was actually able to, focus on things outside the house. That was a huge deal for me as well because it took my mind off of focusing on his passing and all that stuff. I could focus on what's going on in the backyard. With when the contractors were here, and while they were working, I was out there working with them sometimes, or I was doing my own thing, cleaning up, organizing, whatnot, and I didn't spend a lot of time inside the house. I've spent a lot of time working outside, which is, out of the norm for me because I'm a house rat mostly. But so I think that's one positive why I was thinking maybe kind of cut back live streams from 3 times a week to 1 time a week because it gives me more time to focus on, things that I need to do around the house. And when I know that, hey, this is live stream day, it could be 9 o'clock in the morning. It's like, do I really want to do something today, knowing that I'm live streaming tonight? No, because I'm like, you know what? I might just want to sit back and relax and just chill and you do fun things that day, and then have a live stream at nighttime. I may not want to work on a live stream night, and most nights that's exactly how I feel. So
No, I missed it a little bit, and it was nice that I got to talk with Bum a little bit when we were down. But some nights I was kind of glad. I'm like, oh no, I could just sit and chill. Except for I want if I'm not in a live stream, I at least want to be in the chat of a live stream. So if Bum wasn't doing it,
yeah,
I didn't get around to it, but I needed to go. Just going like some people do and just go through live stream see if I could find something. But I never did. I ended up trying to. The other night I got stuck on the WWE Vault. I was watching some behind the scenes WrestleMania stuff that was kind of neat. And I got down that rabbit hole, but it wasn't the same. I don't know. Even if you're not talking, being in chat,
yeah.
interacting with people is kind of nice. It doesn't do the same thing, but Jelly Roll's the shits. We're talking LJN figure.
Rick on, what's up, buddy?
Is that possible, Lance, that you complain about something more than Jason does? I'm not sure that is it? That's like his superpower.
I gotta see Matt Cardona's new beard now. Now I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. I mean, he's getting old like all of us. Like, I could dye mine, but I kind of like the little color in the. Because I just shaved yesterday, and this was kind of growing in long, and it was definitely, I get more color up on my cheeks than in my beard, but you can have to whites and grays. I kind of like it, but I know, I mean, for him, clearly for my job, I can be online and anonymous. I'm an IT worker, but for him, visuals are important. So he has to stay in better shape than me. He probably has to look the part better. So I get it, but you can tell it's dyed. Well, it's kind of like Vince McMahon. Did you see some of the interesting looks he sported since he was left WWE? I don't know. Sometimes he's totally dyed. He had that weird. He might still have a weird, like, they make fun of him because he looks kind of like a skunk. He's got like a white patch here, but dark. I'm like, well, that was an interesting choice. Did you run out of money to dye the whole hair? I don't know what he was doing. It was definitely a new look. And I think at one point, didn't he have like a pencil thin, like what was
I
it,
saw that
John Waters style? I'm like, are you trying to look like a creep there? You're not trying to beat your allegations, are you? Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I mean, teach their own, right? There's people out there that have all kinds of tattoos and earrings and stuff. I don't have any of that, so do what makes you happy. But it just looks
right.
Just looks kind of funny to me. I'm glad they made him save me. Oh, so Tony, you didn't buy Paul or Jelly Roll, huh? Since I already had a Paul, I had to buy one Jelly Roll, but that's it. Bought one Jelly Roll. I was excited to buy Jake and Piper. I was sad to not see Punk in the. We're talking Series 3 LJNs. We should talk about Series 2 LJNs too. I finally opened my Series 2.
The funny thing is, I probably ordered like 6 of those Jelly Roll figures. Really? Not intentional though. I mean, I ordered maybe it was 4, because I think you can only order 2 of them at a time.
Yeah.
So maybe it was 4, not 6.
And at Target, so for Series 2, I went overboard and I got all blues but one black. I think you definitely want to do like 2 at a time, whatever to get free shipping, kind of like with your Home Depot. So this time, I think I ordered 2 Pipers and I checked out. Then I ordered what were the other 2? 2 Jake the Snakes, and then I checked out. And then I ordered 2 The Rock, and then I checked out. And then, I think I had to throw the Jelly Roll because I only wanted one Jelly Roll. I'm not doing mock anymore. So I put my Jelly Roll I think with Piper, because those are the first 2 online, to keep them as smaller sets. Then one, they package them better. I think you're less likely to get stickers on them because the bigger the packages I've gotten from Target, the more often they have stickers in bad places. You know what I mean? Plus, so I ordered I think 8 of Series 2, a box of 4 and a box of 4, something ridiculous like that, and they just threw them in a box with no bubble wrap, no nothing. So if you're a mint on card collector, you definitely don't buy more than 2 at a time. Tuesday, I think,
Yeah.
enough free shipping because they will mess them up.
I think the only reason I ordered an extra set, I don't know if it was, I think it might have been you who mentioned something about because they don't charge your credit card right away. They don't charge your
Mm-hmm.
credit card until after, they
Yeah,
actually ship
you
it.
can. If you
And
have
so when
second
people get,
doubts, you can cancel it later and be like, no, I don't want them.
yeah, so when like all these people on Facebook are like, hey, all these figures are shipping out, and now I'm getting these cancellation notices from Target. What the F? And it got me thinking, the credit card that I had on file with Target was an old credit card number.
Did it expire or something?
No, I just got a new credit card. So
Didn't know
with a new credit
so
card,
it could work.
like maybe I had to do like an investigation or something. So they required a new credit card to be sent out. So the old credit card was still on file, and it was accepted. It was completed. It was processed. Transaction went through just fine. So maybe if they do charge it, maybe it will still be accepted. This payment will still be accepted onto the new credit card number.
They will test
But
it periodically.
but
You'll get charged again and again and again, like every couple of weeks. I don't know what rhyme or reason they do, but they keep charging it. Just test charges, right, and then they go away again until they ship them.
yeah, so I decided, yeah, I'm like, so that was the first two because I think it was Jelly Roll was the only one available at the time.
Okay, and
So I
I think
bought two of
Burger and
those.
Jelly Roll were the first two. I think. Yeah. So
And
definitely get when they first released them. But
yeah, and later on when you sent me that message saying, "Hey, these figures are all up on either Target or Creations," I think it was Target, and I'm like, "Oh hell yeah!" So I went back on. I got, I think, Piper, Jelly Roll, and whoever the other one
did you
was.
get the Fox or Jake the Snake?
Jake was the only one that wasn't available.
Do you still need him then?
Yeah,
we got.
I still need Jake from Series 3, and I need Bundy and Warrior for Series 2.
You have no Bundys or Warriors?
Mm-mm.
Oh dang! I think you should be able to get him. Well, Bundy, I think they made a lot of Warriors. I don't know. We'll see. Cena was the hardest one, I think, a Series 1 to get. I really only ever got 3. A blue card that was damaged, I opened. A black card I kept, and a black card I gave to my nephew. So I decided not to do min-on card. They're taking up too much room, and I'm nervous about having this stuff. I want to enjoy the figures, and so I gave a bunch of my min-on card LJNs to my nephew, and so now he's hooked on the figure collecting. He just showed me. I think he just opened his Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was showing me in front of. He opened Bundy first because I told him I know the Bundy, so we could talk Series 2 if you want. I finally opened up all 4. I think they feel the best out of the 2 series so far. To me, for some reason, even though the Bundy's not heavy, it feels nice in my hand. Its width is nice. Its weight isn't, but we knew that, right? We knew it wasn't going to be weighty, but the width is nice. I don't know why it feels great in my hand. You haven't felt it yet, but it does. It just fits the hand real well. I don't know what it is. It looks like the old Bundy, so it's not the modern look, and I hope they come back. Like the nostalgia in me, the kid in me says, "Great, this is just like the Bundy I had when I was a kid." But I would also like a second Bundy that would look like if they used modern manufacturing processes on them. I think we talked about the two with like Hogan, the Piper that they're going to release. Yes, nostalgic, great, looks like my Piper, but I also want a modern day looking Piper, right? You know what I mean? That's probably overkill. They'll probably never get around to it. But, like Austin looks great. Austin looks like Austin.
Yeah,
the monster,
I don't like that
Dusty
figure at all.
Rose. You don't like him? He's definitely tall. He's definitely tall. He feels good. The face isn't perfect, but you can tell it's more modern looking, right? They all looked kind of. There's nothing to him. Like even the Dusty Rhodes, he's got the modern look. John Cena's got the modern look. The Johnny Cena figure is pretty good. I finally opened him.
I kind of feel like that Steve Austin figure is gonna end up being like a Jimmy Snuka or something of the LGN world. I think it's gonna be like one of my least favorites. I mean, basically any figures that have arms straight up like so, they're always bad figures in my opinion.
You're worried about playability, right?
Like, the British Bulldogs from LJN with one arm up. Like, okay, I get it. You can do one arm body slam, but that's about all they can do. Jump from the top rope and do a one arm clothesline.
Yeah, his arms are really too close, so you can't do like a power slam or nothing. Like sometimes if I'm just flexing, I think Cena's arms are too close too, so I can't put a figure in here and do like a power slam or whatever you call it. But I will tell you, even though the figure isn't super playable, he doesn't look too bad. The Ventura, the leg squeeze on the Ventura is phenomenal. I don't know what it is. It really just feels great. I'm just like that squeezing Ventura. I'm like, you
Yeah.
like that? You like that? You've got a silo full of tortillas there, Ventura, or whatever you talk about. It just feels really great. And then I left the one I opened. I left. They put like a rubber thing around to keep his eyeglasses on, and I left it on for now because I'm sure those eyeglasses will not stay on. But he's not very super playable because he's got the pose again. But it looks pretty. I mean, it's got the old style face to him, where it doesn't quite look like him in the face. But
Yeah.
it just looks and feels great. The rubber or whatever it is, vinyl rubber, whatever you talk about it a bit, right? It's not all rubber anymore. It's some mixture stuff, but it feels good. It really feels good.
Hey Lance, if Elon Musk could super chat me 2 million, I'd be happy. Hell, I'd take 500 grand, man. If he could do 500,000, you know what I could do with 500 grand?
That'd be a game changer.
Dude, 500 grand could be a life altering money. But 20 million, shoot, I don't think I could spend 20. No, we would end up spending $20 million on takeout alone. Freaking DoorDash.
DoorDash, if you wanted. But that'd be like a Brewster's Million thing. No, I mean with that though, I mean you get out of all your debts, you finish off your backyard real nice. I mean, I guess you could move, but you probably like your house. I wouldn't either. Like if I won the lottery, I'm not sure I would move. But you get out of debt, all the debts you have, whatever. Maybe set aside some money you can live on in case you spend it all. And then, I mean, imagine the wrestling figures you could come out with. You could do like multiple lines at a time. You wouldn't have to worry about 2 or 4 lines. You'd be like, no, screw it, I'm going to do 12. 12 figures for line one because you got $20 million, right? I don't care. Make 12 figures. I'm going to make every version of me. You can make your Wadi soldier figure and every uniform you wanted. And if they don't sell, fuck it, I don't care, right? No big deal. I'll have figures for me to play with. I'll have a Wadi room that's just me, all along every wall. Cover every wall and surface in your house with your figure if nobody buys them. Because you don't care at that point, right? Oh, if you don't appreciate them, fine. I made them for me. That would be pretty cool, actually. Maybe I actually have something I would do then if I won the lottery. I always thought I'd go back to school just for fun, right? Because you could quit your job and just learn all day. But I don't know, starting a wrestling figure would be kind of neat or something like that. Yeah. I don't want to work that hard like you or AJ, no. But especially not AJ. That guy, I mean, he's got like a full-time job and a family, and he's running this toy company. I think he owns his company that is his full-time job too. So I'm like, dude,
that's crazy.
I'm gonna go take a nap. You're making me tired. Yeah, no, he's hard worker, and he went to WrestleCon, all that travel and fun. I'm sure he had a fun time because I saw a lot of his pictures. He's like hanging. In fact, I think he got a booth next to Hacksaw Jim Duggan. That'd be pretty cool. But I mean, I'm sure he had to carry all stuff with him and haul it to the convention floor and haul it back out and drive. Well, he probably drove because I think he's in California, so maybe he drove to Vegas. But pain in the butt. I mean, and then your weekend is taken up. But I'm sure maybe he enjoyed it. I think he actually went to WrestleMania, maybe. Because I think he had a picture of it. But... Right. Did you get the Andre the Giant Toon Star?
I got both of them, and I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that one.
Did you open
actually? One? If you squeeze the back of his body,
it's kind of weird. It's not rubber.
It's not that different from the original prototype that I got for the BBA figure. Before the figure was filled in, of course.
Was it the prototype you didn't like though?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's definitely a different material. But I'm wondering if, and I don't know if you've asked him, but I suspect it's because the color and stuff, the paint or whatever they use, it looks different. It looks neat and glossy, and maybe he had to change the material. But it's not the same rubbery feel like of his Andres and Machos, so I missed that.
Yeah, so even though they wanted it upscaled so that it fit in, it blended with the rest of the LJNs, I don't know. Based on that, I really think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if it really was its own in particular line. So when he first came out and he wanted these to be 5-inch or 5.5-inch figures, I'm like, okay,
like
sounds good.
Style you were thinking,
yeah.
Like that?
But then the fans started bitching and complaining, like, no, we want these to be LJN size. Like,
that's right.
Why? They're
not LJN size.
But they're not LJNs. They're cartoons. They're completely different. These are going to be made to look like actual cartoons.
Right.
They're not cartoony looking like LJNs or Hasbro's, but they're literally are cartoons. So you don't want them to be the exact same thing. You want them to be something completely different, something unique, its own official line. So when he said 5.5 inches, I thought that was a great idea. But he went with what the fans wanted. The fans wanted 8 inches so they could all stand together in the same 8-inch scale. Got it. I mean, if fans are happy with that, Toonstar Andre. I mean, I'm not disappointed. I like it. I bought 2 of them. It was a great pickup, I think. But if fans were happy with that, then I think the figures that we're gonna get made for MRW, people will be excited about because I mean it's
Mhm.
going to be within that quality or better. At least that BBA figure again was within that range.
Mhm.
I don't think I could charge my customers $100 for that though. So we're
Yeah.
gonna have to go back talk to about what it is going to cost for packaging and shipping, tariffs, and all that because it really has to fall within the parameters I've talked about before. Where if it's not going to cost me an absolute fortune to sell these things, then yeah, I would like to fall within that $50 price range because I feel like that's where the price should be. Um, I was watching this video the other day. Yeah, on YouTube because that's where I live. I live on YouTube, watch videos there, and the complaint was about small businesses. And I mean, most of the small businesses that they're complaining about was coffee. You know,
Being pricey,
everyone's like,
expensive.
yeah,
Being
yeah.
free
So
range, organic, whatever, free trade, whatever they call those fancy things.
yeah, so like all these small businesses, they're small business coffee shop owners. So it's not like you're talking about manufacturers or anything like that, but I mean, any small business owner falls in the same bracket. And I was listening to what these people were saying, and I'm like, damn, I mean, I'm listening to and it makes sense because now this is altering the way that my mind is thinking, and maybe I want to reduce my prices just because of what,
Oh.
the public is saying.
But you can't just
Because,
take a loss. Though, if you got 20 million for Elon Musk, that's another decision you could make. You could be like, oh, I'll just break even, or I'll take a loss. I don't care. But I mean, if it costs you $60 to make a figure, you can't sell it for $50, right? I mean, it is what it
right.
is.
Yeah. But, like some of the examples they were given, it makes sense. Like, support small business, support small business. Everyone and their mom agrees. You definitely want to support the small business. Why support the big multi-billion-dollar corporations? The Amazons, the WalMarts, etc. Help the mom and pop shops. Help the new businesses that are just starting. Getting off the ground. Help your local business. Whatnot. If you've got a local car or not car dealership, but garage that does tune-ups and oil changes and all that stuff, go there. Don't go to the Midas or the Jiffy Lubes that are everywhere all throughout the US.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I go to my local car dealership, or I keep calling it car dealership, but to the local
Mechanic.
mechanic. Thank you. I keep
And
calling it
they'll do oil changes,
garage.
but also do fix ups too, right? Because that's also important, is having someone not for the oil changes, but if something goes wrong. I'm not a guy that likes cars, so I don't have that guy
Yeah.
car. So I'd take it to someone. It's important to have someone you trust work on your vehicles too.
But here's the problem though, and I'm having the same issues that a lot of these folks that I was watching in this video were having with
Okay.
with during their complaints. It seems like every time my wife and I take a car in, and usually it's just for an oil change. Usually,
Okay. Yeah.
but whenever we get our cars back, there's always some kind of problem. Like if my wife, if she had to get a new battery for her car, for example, maybe when she got her car back, maybe she's driving down the highway and she could see like through the hood something popping up into the hood because the battery was never screwed down tight into the engine or something.
Really?
Or something like
Wow.
that, and now it's damaging the hood because the tray is literally popping up and down.
Could do worse.
uh,
Could damage the rest of the car, the engine, or something too. What's it bouncing on? Yeah.
so something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of issues. That's just one example, but
Ouch.
I mean, we've been here for 8 years almost, and we've been using him almost the entire time. Yeah, he's close. He's like a 2-minute drive from the house. And when we drop our cars off, they give us a ride back to our house, which is awesome. You're
Not all of them do.
supporting a local business, but at the same time, do they do as quality work as the Midas, who is a more established, well-known commodity?
I don't know. Some of those Midases are kind of, depending on how they're ran. I mean, it could have just been an honest mistake. How many times have you had a problem with them? Was that the only time? Maybe
No,
somebody.
no. There's constant issues.
Oh well, yeah. You gotta shop around.
Or like you have an oil change and You look at you get your car back. You look down at you look at your you look at the little button and it's still lit up. Needing an oil change.
Oil light.
Like
Yeah.
like why is this still showcasing oil change required if the oil was already changed?
They forgot to reset it or whatever. I think some of the newer cars reset themselves, but yeah. Yeah, or the tire pressure monitoring system. I think it used to be you had to reset them out. Some of the newer ones. I think mine does it on its own now.
That
But that's
yes,
something they
that's
could
another
easily forget.
example.
They could forget to reset that.
That's a perfect example. Tires. Our tires are flat. You take
I'm
it
due.
in.
I'm due
One of
for
the many things that they do is refill the tires. You get your car back. Tire pressure still showing low. It's like, what the hell?
Did they actually fill?
And even if they did the job and refilled it, you would think that the sensors that they would have done something with the sensors so that you don't worry about that. Well,
Then
back
the machine they
to
use should say what psi, because I know what's nice is
yeah.
they're kind of a chain, but I guess my local one's pretty nice. Discount Tire, it's down the street from me. I'm on the hook for probably new tires this year. Probably before wintertime, I'll get them on my new car. Not my new car, but they're the original tires, so I'm due for new tires. But they fill them up for free. But their machine tells them, they look inside the door to make sure. Yep, you need 36, 35, 37 psi, and the machine shuts off as soon as it reaches the psi. So there's no mistaking.
Right.
And when I drive away, it's the right psi. But I think they also fixed a flat in my old vehicle for free. So I've never actually spent a dime there yet. So I'm thinking, maybe, but they're not a small business, so I feel bad. They are a big business, but this one location. So part of it, you're kind of stuck, and I guess it depends on, are they renting like a franchise, or are they just reporting to the mothership? Like a Home Depot is not franchised, so they're all corporate. But like local fast food places are a lot of times franchised. Like you might know, technically, even though it says McDonald's, it might be a small business owner because they own the 3 McDonald's in town or whatever, right? But they're still beholden to McDonald's corporate. So it's kind of tricky, that fine line. And some of the smaller places, if they don't do a good job, or let's face it, the prices are probably going to be higher. But a lot of times the service is better. You just got to pick your poison. You need a bag of rocks. Home Depot's probably fine, right? Rather than like a local gardening place. But like I'm on due. I had some storm damage this past weekend. I'm going to lose the tree out front. Of course, it's a crappy Bradford pear. Don't ever plant a Bradford pear, everybody, if you want. I'm going to replace it with just like a slow growing maple. I'll buy it from a local like nursery or whatever you call it, and get it planted by them. I wouldn't buy one from Home Depot or Lowe's or Walmart or whatever. I think they're okay, but the extra money and service I get from a local place is worth it. Plus, it's a local place. How often am I going to buy a tree? I don't need to save every last dollar buying a tree. Like if I'm buying my weekly soda purchase, then maybe I want to save some money, right? I want to use a coupon. I'm going to go to Kroger. I'm going to go to Walmart or whatever and save some money because I can make it up in volume. But I'm going to buy tires. How often? I'm going to buy a tree. I've only bought 2 trees at this house. This will be my 3rd in like 15 years or whatever. I don't buy a lot of trees, so I might as well, support some place that I bought before. And the 2 trees I bought from them that are in my backyard are nice. So I'll probably buy a 3rd to match and let it down.
Right.
Yeah, these Bradford pears, they grow quickly. So a lot of builders put them in because nobody wants to wait for a tree. Trees take a while, right, to show. But the faster they grow, the less likely there'd be strong wood. So it doesn't take much, either a winter storm or this was a tornado. Damn, it took a big branch out of it. And they're not pretty for that long. So I'm probably going to get rid of this tree and put in a new one. So that'd be an instance of buying local. I don't always do it. There's not a lot of local grocery stores anymore. So I'm not even sure. Can you buy local for groceries? Probably not.
Oh,
So
remind me, in case I forget, I don't have a pen or paper here.
Restaurants, definitely.
My neighbor and my wife's tree.
Uh-oh.
Remind me about that story because it kind of has to do with people selling their houses, and it has to do with kind of like the backyard a little bit.
And there's the tree over your yard, or like if your tree overhangs their yard, you have some of that stuff to deal with, and like leaves that aren't yours, landing in your pool. Okay. That's a pretty common drama, though, right?
No, not that.
People who plant trees, they'll like plant trees right next to each other. Like you don't realize. I don't know how many times I've seen an evergreen planted like right next to a house, or a couple evergreens planted next to each other. Like most evergreens grow like. You never seen an evergreen grows like a triangle. They're going to broaden the waist, right? Their bottom is going to grow out, and they're going to touch each other and kill each other, or they're going to scratch your house. Like, or they'll put an overhanging tree, and then they're like, "Why do I get all these leaves and junk in my gutters?" You planted the tree like 3 feet from your house. Like, why'd you do that? Plant it out in the yard a little bit, guys.
But, I'm gonna respond to this comment right here from Galena. So for Galena, yeah, we took Fox for a hospital stay. He was there for about 3 days, I think, 3 or 4 days. I'm gonna say 3 days. I think in October, and because he has kidney failure, or he had kidney failure, among other issues, obviously. He was 21 years old, so I mean, he had a bunch of health issues, obviously. And I think in March we took him back for another hospital stay. He was there for another couple of days. So, that was like a $4,000 hospital stay back in October, another couple thousand in March. So we did everything humanly possible to try and you give him all the fluids and stuff that he needed. They also gave him a bunch of medicine, a bunch of IV bags to bring home, and I'm going to give him his shots and IV fluids and stuff when he came home. And it seemed like it was working. We took him back for his follow up and everything. His numbers went up. And then
in a good numbers going up in this case was good. You know how some you want low, some you want high.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's responding well. Looked like he's improving.
And that Wednesday morning, he wasn't eating. My wife put down food for him, and he didn't want to eat. So she wanted to take him to the vet. He's skinny. He's too thin. If he doesn't eat, he needs to gain weight. That was her argument. But I'm like, dude, it's one day. I knew the second that we put him into that carrier that we weren't going to be bringing him home. And I'm like, no, I don't want to take him to the vet because I know what they're going to tell you, and the answer is no. I'm mad. Well, I mean, I'm obviously mad for a million reasons, but I'm also mad that I always said that Fox's life should have been my choice, and they didn't have my consent for that. It's like, hey, the doctor says it, end of life, and it's like, hey, that's it. That's the final say. I'm like, no. Let's take him home. Let's see how he is first. Don't just freaking end his life just because a freaking doctor says, oh, it's his time. So.
And maybe he can die at home. If he is going to die, maybe then he could die at home then instead of.
I'd rather have him in my arms, in his peacefully in his sleep than that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spend too much time talking about it because I mean I still tear up even to this day. I've been trying to hold back a lot today, obviously. The more and more I don't talk about it, the more I don't focus on it, I can keep from doing that. But when I think about Fox nowadays, all I think about is his eyes were when they gave the injection. They gave him some kind of sedative to help put him asleep before they give the final injection to stop his heart. His eyes didn't close when he died. His eyes were still open. So anytime I think about Fox, all I could see is his eyes staring back at me. And that's, being in the Army and, having bullets fly at you and all of the anger and shit that I had to go through then in contracting, in marriage life and all this BS. The thing that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life, unless anything happens to Sabrina, of course, in the near future or something like that. But no, the one thing that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life is his eyes, staring back at me. He depended on me for safety and for love and security and all that, and I couldn't protect him from being killed. So that's how I view it.
Was he in pain though? Could we tell?
I mean, he was always crying out, so it's hard to know if that was him crying out in pain or if that was just him crying out because he wanted attention or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was obviously hurting. I mean, his back legs. He obviously had put more emphasis on his front legs because his back legs, whenever he walked, he kind of wobbled. He's over 2 decades old, and his body was very weak.
Yeah, 21's very old for a cat, isn't it? Or a dog, for that matter. I don't think
so.
That lasts.
Like anytime he tried going up the stairs or climbing up the bed or jumping down from the bed or something, like I didn't want that. anytime he tried to go somewhere, I always try to chauffeur him anywhere he needed to be. Like if it's bedtime, I pick him up off the couch and I carry him upstairs. I put him in bed. Uh, Usually he likes to go drink water in the bathroom before going to bed. So I'll always like pick him up and I'll put him on the bed. And I see if I see him walking towards his little stairs, that way he jumps off the bed, he jumps onto the little stairs, and he goes down to the carpet. I'll pick him up and I'll carry him over to the bathroom to drink his water. And then I'll wait for him to finish. I'll pick him up. I'll carry him back to the bed. Or if I see him trying to jump down again, I'll pick him up again because maybe he wants to go to the other bathroom and use the drinking water in that bathroom or something. I don't know.
Was he usually a pretty healthy eater though? So that's usually a big sign when the cat stopped eating. I did notice it for the longest time when my last cat got thinner and thinner, and I'm like, why? She was always a pretty hefty cat. All of a sudden you're like, wow, you're really getting thin here. What's going on? I think it was cancer.
Yeah, I mean, when he was younger, he was a fat boy, but I mean, he didn't start losing weight probably until like the last several years. I think the last couple of years, I mean, it's probably like when he finally started dropping below like 10 pounds because he had always been like a little fat boy cat. I think at the end he started weighing in somewhere around 6 pounds or so.
Yeah.
Which for him is unusual because like again, he was supposed to be like twice that weight.
Yeah. So I mean, you still got to wonder about quality of life. I don't know that you did anything wrong. I know it's hard to shake that suspicion. I think the 2 pets I put down, it was obvious. Like my last dog I had, loved to go outside, loved to go for walks. All of a sudden, couldn't be bothered. I'm like, you want to go outside? She's like, no, I don't. You let her outside, and she just kind of like, like she's not enjoying life anymore. That one was pretty easy, and I think she also had cancer too. Then the other cat I found in her kitty litter box making noises. We took her, and they're like, oh yeah, she's got lumps here, there, and everywhere. And then it dawned on me like, well, she hadn't been eating for a while. That's why she was thinning up. And so it was a lot easier for me to decide that, they're not having a good quality of life anymore. They're not enjoying the things they used to. But Fox did make it. That was March was his birthday month, right? And your anniversary.
Yeah.
So he made it for both. And maybe that's what he was holding on for. He's like, okay, we'll make it to March. Doesn't know what March is probably, but knows this is about the time of the year where everybody celebrates anniversaries and birthdays. And it's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm not gonna eat
freaking Morty. My wife goes into the shower today or to the bathroom to take a shower, and freaking Morty, he's underneath the bath mat. So the bath mat is pressed up against the bathtub, and he is burrowed underneath the bath mat. He's just underneath it like this.
Doing what?
My wife, I'm lying in bed. She calls me. She's like, Matthew, come look at your son. And you know how I feel about calling your pets your children, right? And I'll dive deeper into that real quick. But first, this is him underneath the. I start to go and I pick up the little bath mat. I look at him like, "Are you having fun down there?"
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like that freaking cat. He's so, but he's also freaking obsessed with me. I'm like, I don't know if I'm cat mom to him or if I'm cat dad to him or what, but like now that Fox is gone, he's trying to usurp his place.
Oh.
He's trying to usurp his place in my heart. And I'm like, stop it. Because I've always said this. It always bothered me for the longest time whenever pet owners, whenever they called their pets their children, that always bothered me. I'm like, look, dudes, they're not your children, they're your pets. Stop it. That always bothered me. Until the last handful of years or so, being home, after my deployments, we were up, I came home, being around the cats more often, seeing them, I'm like, you know what?
You see it?
I feel, I understand now. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
And you know what? You don't have children of your own. You a lot of these cats you raise from when they're babies.
Mm-hmm.
When they're sick, you take them to the hospital. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You feed them. You buy clothes for them sometimes. I mean, Fox really was like the only one we ever bought clothes for, and that's because he was always searching for heat and everything.
Some cats don't like to wear anything though. So what can you do? But some cats, that's nice that you had Fox that would wear stuff. I don't think any of my cats did anything, or even my dogs didn't like to put anything on them. They did not want it.
About a month or so before he died, my wife bought like 3 of these hoodie sweaters for him. So I think he enjoyed those. But a lot of time he'd be sitting there trying to lick himself, so he had to take the hoodie off so he could actually bathe himself. But
yeah, not getting away.
But I always told my
Cat
wife,
hoodies.
I always said this much.
Cat hoodies. That's cool.
Fox has always been the only cat that I have ever referred to as my son.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I have had a million cats. I've never referred to them as my son, my daughter. Not that's to me, it just feels weird. But Fox, he is my son. He is the first of so many things. He has, for all of our pets, he is the record holder for so many different things. That was my baby that I brought home. That one was mine. My wife gives credit for bringing home so many of the cats. That one was one that I physically brought home myself.
Oh, that is different. Yeah.
He's one I brought home. He is the very first cat that my wife and I owned together as a couple. I mean, yeah, she had Missy. That was our first cat together, but she had that cat since 92. So that was, her cat that she brought into the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And she had that cat for 19 years.
Wow. You guys have got some good luck. Or skill or both. 19 years.
I mean, well, my wife's had cats her entire life. And I make fun of her because I'm like, dude, you've had cats your entire life and you don't know anything about taking care of them. She's like, fuck you. But I'm like, dude, look how I train the cats and they're smart. You've been having cats your entire life and your cats are dumb as shit.
Well, then they usually don't. Most of your cats, they like to hang out with you, and in her case, they poop on her head, right? So we got to think there must be a difference of the way you guys treat the cats. I feel sorry for her, but I don't know why that is.
It's funny you remember that story.
Yeah.
And she was actually telling that story not too long ago.
Oh, nice.
Hey Morty, do you remember how you used to poop on mommy's head?
Yeah, hang out with dad. Didn't poop on your head.
Shoot. When we first got them, Morty and Summer, they were little baby kittens, right? They're probably a couple weeks old.
Yeah, you found them together outside, right?
Mm-hmm. And they're probably like this big, maybe smaller.
Real cute.
And so you have to like rub their stomach or right around the groin area to make them pee or poop or anything. And so you have to sit there, like kind of like rub their stomach or just above the groin, and get a little napkin underneath them or tissue paper, something, so that they would poop on the tissue paper. I don't know how massaging their stomach or whatever is supposed to make them pee, but apparently that works.
It's interesting that you have to do that. Do they have human babies? I don't. That makes it more like real babies, though, right?
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
We don't get the kittens. I think probably foster homes and stuff when they're real young. A lot of I don't think we ever had kittens that young. So by the time we got them, they already could pee and poop on their own and stuff like that. So you miss out on a lot of stuff. So calling them your children also, it's like, well, they're easier to take care of. Yeah, clean a litter box, but that's kind of baby type level, right? That's because you had them so young, you almost had to baby him like a human baby. Yeah, Fox was blessed. But how are the rest of the cats doing? I mean, they've noticed Fox wasn't there anymore, I'm sure. It's nice to have other cats to play with, but they got to notice.
I'm trying to read this one right here, but that one makes no sense. That question.
Which one? Was it the Hulk Hogan?
No, the water question.
What's the water one? Time travel, someone do it all right.
He's the shits.
I think I missed the water one. No bubble wrap, box of series. Yeah, I missed that one, Tony. Yeah, that's why I stopped doing the mocks. I just realized they take up a lot of space that I'd rather devote to open wrestler. And I got to hook my nephew on wrestler. He's not only wrestling figures; he's also big into. He's bought a few of the Jay and Silent Bob collect major figures and a few other things. The Zombie Sailor, Army of Darkness ones he's into. So I'm like, well, hey, this is a good. Rather than trying to sell them to someone, I can give them to a friend or family member. And he's excited. He just opened the Stone Cold. He's got King Kong Bundy open. I don't think he's opened the rest. And he's a big Cena fan, so I was glad I had a black Cena on card to give him. He'll probably won't open that one I want to find him a scene that he can open like I can. What was the water one? Did you find that one? I'm still trying to look. I missed it.
So what is a Three Musketeer movie?
Oh, there
I think
was
it's
a point there. Someone said one of
Mus-
us would be a musketeer.
Musketeer movie.
Yeah, I think I know what they meant though. Probably Three
But
Musketeer. Yeah. Nice beard. So you're probably the nice beard. So I'm the one that could be the musketeer. Do you think? Does that help? Your beard looks
I
kind
was
of.
thinking I was thinking I was the Musketeer.
Well, either way, it looked
What?
like because yours is shaved nicer and stuff. Mine just kind of like here. I did cut this off to make it shorter, but I felt like your beard was nicer looking. They never really say when they say, what they say, the dude on the right. Well, when I'm looking at this, you're on my right. When I look at there, I'm on the right. So I don't know which right they're talking. Right? Does it look? I guess maybe it was me then, because I've got the video up on my computer here. I'm on the right here,
Yeah.
but when I talk to you, you're on the right. So I'm like, I think that's what they see. Who's on the
Well,
right? Everyone.
when I film and when I go back and I watch the video, I'm always on the left side. So
Yeah, okay, so maybe they do the right. So he likes my beard. I see. I think they're wrong. I think your beard's better, but that means you get to be a musketeer, so that's pretty cool.
and honestly, I thought we had the same beard.
It's very similar. Yeah, yours has got a nicer cut, and you've got mine's just straight. I just kind of lined it up with this and try to as much as I can. And that's about it. I don't get very fancy. Not the hardest thing is this doesn't grow in strong enough, but it does get down deep enough that it gets into my lip, and then I have to cut it. I'm like, okay, you're getting into my lip and food and stuff. I hate that when I floss. I've been very good at flossing the past couple years. I use a water pick, and invariably stuff gets stuck. Even though I try to wash it out, I'm like, oh damn it. So I try to floss before I take a shower or something, because then I can just go and not deal with it.
Rick's going back in time and buying himself a DeLorean with that $2 million or $20 million from Elon Musk.
Time travel would be great, wouldn't it? I think.
What was that one movie with the cop that goes back in time and he saves his father's life? Frequency.
Was he a cop in that one? I can't remember.
I think he was a cop and his father was a fireman that was killed in like the 60s, I want to say.
Okay. He goes back and saves him, but then bad stuff happens, I assume. That's usually the plot.
Yeah, Frequency. I think he talks to his father from the 1960s on the radio, and he's from like the 1990s.
I think that is Frequency. Yeah, I remember that part. Yep, I think you're right.
But anyways, he's talking to his young friend on the radio. His friend back when he was like, I don't know, 7 years old or something, and he's like 35 or something in the future, and he tells his friend, "Hey, write this down and remember this word, Yahoo."
Oh, to invest.
Yeah, so he's like, go write that word down. And then years later, obviously Yahoo comes out, right? So he probably invested in Yahoo and became a multimillionaire.
Which would have been better, Yahoo or Microsoft or Apple? Well, that was like Forrest Gump, wasn't it? He bought an Apple company. Thinking they made apples, but it was the Apple that makes the iPhones and stuff. Yahoo? That's interesting that they would say Yahoo. Yahoo must have sponsored that movie. Because that's Yahoo is not the first tech stock I would have told someone to buy back then. Right? I mean, or like tell them to buy Bitcoin, even though I think it's worthless. At least buy Bitcoin, right? And then sell your Beanie Babies before the market collapses. But Yahoo.
I mean, I would have said Google or Amazon. Apple is always like one of the big ones.
Apple's quadrupled. Yeah, I don't think. Probably I'm also Yahoo. You would have made some money on, but it's just because the state of Yahoo now sucks. Maybe is why I'm kind of like, that's not the best pick. I think you've named a bunch of others that are better, or even more recent, NVIDIA.
When I was in 8th grade, my social studies teacher made the most random investment ever, and I thought this was so odd. He said, invest in Tootsie Rolls. And I remember looking at him like, huh?
The company, right? Not like buy a bunch of Tootsie Rolls and put them in your package and sell them.
Because he's mentioned like Coca-Cola, Tootsie Rolls, companies that have been around for over 100 years. And I get it. It's been highly successful. Tootsie Rolls are delicious, but when you go to the store, you don't sit there and look on the shelf and be like, "Hey, where are the Tootsie Rolls?" No, I mean if you go and you get candy during Halloween, and you got some Tootsie Rolls. You'll eat the Tootsie Rolls,
I was just
but
gonna
like
say that. Yeah,
you don't go to a Walmart and like, hey, I'm walking down the candy aisle and like, hey, where are those freaking Tootsie Rolls at? No, that's like the last thing in the world you're thinking about buying.
they're good for what they
So
are. If you're at a doctor's office and they'll have Tootsie Rolls, I'm gonna enjoy them. But I was thinking, if you went out trick or treating, you're not like, hey, we need to go back to that house. They got Tootsie Rolls, right? No one does ever. They're like, hey, go back to that house. They have full size Snicker bars or Twixes. Yeah, yeah, you're going back to that house, not the Tootsie Roll house. I mean, I'll eat them, but yeah, there's so many better candies. So how did that work out for them? The Tootsie Roll. That's interesting.
I don't know. That was just something that he said that we should invest in. I'm like, I mean, again, this was 8th grade, so this was what,
Yeah.
2000, 1999,
I mean,
2000. So
at least hopefully it's getting people to think about investing. I don't think they do enough of that in junior high and high school, getting kids and people to think about that. I don't know about Tootsie Rolls. You probably won't lose money. You just won't make enough. I'd say buy the whole market and let it sit. Buy an individual, just let it sit. But Tootsie Rolls. Well, I mean, Warren Buffett famously, Berkshire Hathaway, I think he likes Coke and McDonald's, and so he's bought a bunch. Of course, what he can do is he can buy millions of shares, so it doesn't matter. Right? If Coke only goes up $1 a share, well, there's $1 million for him. He can make it up in volume, but it certainly won't double or triple or quadruple or whatever like an Nvidia or Apple will. But you won't lose money. Could be worse. What are you drinking tonight? I noticed you're drinking some few things. Anything good?
Tequila Blanco.
Oh, so some tequila.
I wanted some of the dark tequila, but all I had was the white.
Yeah, more common, I think. But yeah, I like the yellower. Is it an anejo or something? Because it's closer to a Scotch. But then I end up just drinking Scotch. If you want Scotch, you drink Scotch, right? You want tequila, you drink tequila. I got some Scotch and some. I think I put Larceny in the cup. Bourbon. I don't know if anybody's ever had Larceny. It's not bad. Cheap bourbon.
Hey, Lance. Thanks so much, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm waiting for where's Bum? What the hell? I saw he post on Facebook, and it's almost like he was reading my mind. He posted something about the zombie sailors from J&J figures. I think they had PJ Polanco, Roadkill, and then he bought Macho King. And I shit you not, I had them in my cart earlier that day.
The exact same 3, yeah.
And I didn't buy it. And I'm like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to buy this now. Peer pressure works, people. I know the Macho King looks stupid, but we've talked about it in this live show. I like Macho. And I know it's Zombie Sailor, so it has those problems. But for some reason, I kind of like some of the Zombie Sailors. And I'm like, I kind of want it because it looks so funky. I don't mind. It's Macho. But what I've really gotten into, and this has been a terrible problem, I hadn't had any grapplers and gimmicks until this year. But Mitch has had a sale like constantly. He's constantly giving 10 to 50% off. And I think I ordered another 8 or 9 figures this last sale of 50% off. I'm actually catching up. I'm almost out of things that he has on his website I don't have now anymore. But they feel really solid. I opened up the 3-pack of the Hillbilly and then Phineas and Henry.
I just got that in probably a few days ago.
Those are nice solid figures. And I've noticed the waist action. Some people might say they're loose, but it feels really good. I don't know what it is. The waist twist on them just feel really good, and they feel really solid. I do wish the wrists moved, the arms moved more. The hands, typically, the arms move up and down, but you can't really twist the wrist at all, or the legs don't move. So that's kind of annoying, but that set's really nice. I don't know how. It's Henry. Henry has the bucket, I think. That bucket looks like it's going to fall out of his hand any moment, and it never does. I don't know if you've opened them, but it looks like it's going to fall out at any time, and it never does. I'm like, you can't get a hat to stay on their heads, but that bucket is not leaving his hand, and it looks like it's going to fall. Every time I play with it, I'm like, nope, it's still there.
Nope, I saw that 50% really discount a week ago or so, and I'm like, you know what?
Did you buy?
I'm going to get this 3-pack.
Oh, because, so that's when you got this 3-pack. I think that's what I did too. Yeah, because it's like
so I'm probably never going to buy it. I spent $120 on one single purchase like that, so I'm like, 50% off. I might as well use it for something like this.
Yeah, so, it's a good deal, and it's free shipping on everything too, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
so I'm like, yeah.
Yep. So if you only bought one item, because I almost on this last 15% off, I almost had fatigue. I'm like, maybe I'll just buy one $40 figure, like the Sal. I wanted the Sal Sincere. Maybe I'll just buy that. Then pretty soon I was talking to Bum. I think he talked me into. Well, he unboxed one of the Tatankas. I already had a Tatanka, but I'm like, well, okay, I'm going to buy that one. That's a pretty cool figure. And then I think 2 or 3 other ones we talked about. The what's his name? I'm thinking of his Harvey Whippleman, but I think he's Downtown Bruno officially.
Yeah.
I bought him. I think I even bought Lord Alfred Hayes. Now, admittedly, I'm not a huge Hayes fan, but I've been rewatching like older wrestling when he would announce and stuff, and I thought it'd be a neat piece to have. So I even bought him because I think he's like a $38 figure, and you save 15%. So I'm like, well, if any time I'm going to buy him, it's now. I bought a bunch of stuff. I think I got the not the Rougeos. Oh, I did get the Rougeos previously. Every once in a while, that's normally out of stock, but they had a damaged card sale. I couldn't tell that the card was damaged though when I got them. That's a nice set, the Rougeau brothers. I got the I think they're called the Quebecers, but they call them the Canadians. I think technically, I got that this time. So I'm quickly running out. The only ones I haven't got, which I might have to buy on own, are the Slaughters and Adnons because they're never open for the sale. I keep trying and I keep waiting, and like I've waited this long. Do I keep waiting for another sale where I can get a deal, or do I just pay full price and get them? I haven't broken down the bottom yet, but those are probably the last ones I need to get that he has on his website. But I don't know what it is. Those retros feel really nice in the hand, even if the movement, the articulation isn't always there. You know, going into it, they're not going to be like Mattel Elite articulation. So you're like, okay, I get it. But they feel really good. I think they probably are the best of the retros that I own.
The 3-pack or
in general. Well, just grapplers and gimmicks. I think they're better than Zombie. I think they're better than Epic. They're better than KWK. Nothing against KWK, but they're better. The last ones I've gotten just feel really nice and solid. I don't know what they're better.
You see, I'm still torn. Like I don't know how to place them between Epic Toys, Figure Collection Store, and Grapplers and Gimmicks. I placed all three of them on the same line because I don't. They all have their own specialty. You know, gun to the head. Yes, I'd probably put Grapplers and Gimmicks number 1.
I think so.
Maybe Epic Toys number 2. Possibly Figures Collection Store number 3.
But then Epic or Figure will come out with something that you like, a deep cut or something like. Well, they're number 1 now, right? Epic just
but like that's
or whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm well, Epic.
But like that's only gun to the head type of scenario where you got to put them in order. Other than that, like I think all three of them are side by side, where there really isn't necessarily a definitive answer as to which one is the best, because they all produce magnificent figures that are like so closely resembling one another that there really isn't a wrong answer.
I mean, I'm still buying all the other ones. I got the 4-pack from Figure. It was Perry Saturn, Marcus Bagwell, another Del Wilkes, I think. Mm-hmm. And then the least of the ones, I didn't really care about the knockoff Goldberg, but the 4-pack was a good deal. That's a good set. I just, maybe it's because Grapplers and Gimmicks is the newest line I've gotten into. So it's new and shiny, right? So of course you glom onto the new and shiny thing. But every set I've opened, I think what did I just open today? Oh, the Mountain Rock. I finally opened that one. I saw Bum unbox it. He feels really solid too, even though I don't really have an opinion on him as a wrestler. I really missed him. Kind of a neat, character to have. But I don't know, the figures just feel really solid. The KWKs don't feel as solid, but they've got some good members in them. I don't know what it is. But it just probably there's some bias there, is that I've picked up a lot of KWKs on sale at J&J. So your brain naturally says, oh, they're not as good because I got Barry Horowitz for $20 rather than Coco Beware for $40, right? $40 is more. So it's Coco Beware, but you know what I mean? There might be some subconscious value statements my brain's making. But they do feel a little different. Nothing against KWK. I still buy them. I'm still on the fence about, I think, is it Bad News Brown or Allen? I think
that does make a lot of sense, though, because think of it this way.
I might be doing it subconsciously.
KWK released Max Moon. It's a $200 figure.
Is it now?
You were. Then they came out. What was it? Last April, and then they came out with the new Max Moon, both blue and red.
Oh, so
then it was $15.
Okay, I didn't realize. So they had an original Max Moon that you can't get anymore. That was too.
But the original Max Moon, Mantar, who the hell was that? With Tanaka? Not Tanaka. Damn it.
I looked for Mantar.
I can't remember the original goddamn guy's name, but those were all like $200 figures a piece.
Jeez.
The test shots were like $400.
Wow.
So imagine going on eBay, having to pay anywhere between $200 to $300 for a blue or yellow Max Moon figure, and then last year finally they re-released Max Moon, and you're getting them for like $15.
Yeah,
either a red version or a blue version.
I think that's how I got all of the versions at J&J, because they kept going on sale. And like every time I would wait, the next one would be even cheaper. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll buy it again. Now I've got 2 of them. That's why I think I've got all 4 Barry Horowitzes. I missed Flash Funk, though. I think they sold out. I just want one, but I'm not going to pay $50. Sorry, Flash. worth 50.
Hmm.
And the Mantar, every once in a while, I do look for that, but no, they want too much for it. Like I don't care.
That's one thing I will say about
I
this.
miss the Mantar.
To Sean at KWK, or to any fan, any wrestling collector, any wrestling toy collector, whatever the case might be,
Figure toy, whatever. Yeah.
Mantar. Mantar wrestling action figure might go down as one of the greatest wrestling action figures ever produced.
Do you have the KWK Mantar?
I do.
Just one?
I have one carded, one loose. Problem
Nice.
is, I only have one version.
Oh, did they have? How many did they release?
I think they have at least two variants.
Well, at least you got one. All I want is one, but I don't know what it is. It probably 200 or more on eBay.
Yeah, probably. But look at it this way: the Mantar mask.
Oh my gosh.
That thing alone is probably worth $100+, but just by itself, that thing is incredible. So when I say accessories being probably worth it, that accessory alone was worth it.
And it fits
So,
and stays on the figure, right? It's not like all the crappy hats.
yeah, it's nice and tight. So you think about the Mastodon that Vader puts on, think a nice tight fit to his shoulder. I actually have a Hasbro Vader custom with a nice Mastodon, built on, and that thing is beautiful too. But that is what a custom is supposed to be, or a accessory is supposed to be. It's supposed to fit nice and snug to the figure.
Yeah, do they have any official Vaders with his helmet, shoulder pad, whatever you call it? None of his
The Mastodon?
do they?
No, none of them have that Mastodon.
Why don't they?
But that's how I was introduced to Vader in WCW, was with the Mastodon mask.
Are there a lot of custom retros? I didn't even look those up. Dang. I don't have any customs, but I didn't even think to look at those. I'm always thinking of custom LJNs. Dang it.
Now there are retro customs, Hasbro customs, Galoob customs, yeah.
I got enough of the official stuff. I'm not sure I want to delve into customs. I think I'd run out of room quickly.
But if you're going for like let's say you want just the Mastodon mask, right? And you're picking up the Vader figure as well. I mean, it's a nice bonus.
Yeah.
There's a guy in the UK, Stephen Watson, who I buy a lot from, or I have bought a lot from in the past. I mean, he is an awesome customizer, and his products are incredible. So, I recommend his products. He doesn't have anything
from the UK. Is it pretty expensive? That's the problem, right? You have to.
Yeah, through eBay, you're probably looking at maybe a good $40. That's why if I'm buying from the UK, I try to purchase a lot of items. That way, the shipping is worth it.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going, I'm paying. Let's say I buy 5 figures, that's $200.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand spending $40 on shipping then.
Yeah. Yep. Right. And that's where it's nice that Epic. I think it's still not officially open, but you can buy some USA only stuff. Epic is finally going to have a USA warehouse or two. That's why I like J&J figures. They import a lot of different KWK and I think Junk Shop Dog if you're into those figures. I don't think I am, but I did buy the Road Warriors just to see. They're such weird figures. Is it called Fobu or Fosu, whatever it's called? You know what I mean? That Japanese style wrestling figure. It's an Australian company, Junk Shop Dog. Have you ever heard of them?
I think so. Are they are they making the poppies?
Other than I think their arms can move up and down and maybe their head can twist. They look kind
of not the poppies.
Are they? There isn't much to them, but I thought I wanted to see what they're about. And J&J had the Road Warriors for a reasonable price, both of them. So hey, I'm a Road Warriors fan. Let's try them. They're okay. I don't know if I'd buy any more. I keep looking at them. They have like a silver Bruiser Brody that looks kind of fun, like all silver, like they dipped him in silver. Yeah. But I think J&J wants $50 for it. I'm like, it's not a good enough figure. The junk shop's just not my forte. Maybe if I grew up with them, but I didn't. Right? This is a new format. Yeah. I don't even know what you call them. It's like a Fosu or Fo. I forget what the term is. There's like a term for that Japanese. I think it's a Japanese style of wrestling figure manufacturing. So it's been around a while, and you can kind of tell it's a dated kind of. But I'm sure it's nostalgic, kind of like probably people think we're crazy. Like, why are you guys like LJ and stuff? They don't move. They can't articulate. Blah blah blah. I can't really tell you. You know, they scratch the right itch to me.
That's why I love Hasbro's. I've always said 1,000,000%. This right here, up and down. That is. I don't care about the legs. If your arms can do this, you got the perfect action figure, because this right here puts you in a perfect body slam position. It puts you in a perfect punching position, clothesline. Anything you need is just all you got to do is raise the arms to the position you need.
And as a kid, I liked the action. And as an adult, I thought, oh, that's stupid that the Mattel retros now are still continuing with the action. But now that I've bought a bunch of other retros from other companies, you kind of miss the action because nobody else does action. You can move them, but they don't have, oh, it's a jumper, or you can pull back the fist and punch. Mattel, I think, is the only one that does action in their retros, right? I think. And not all of it's great, but it's more nostalgic to the Hasbro's you had as a kid. I don't know if I miss it too much with the grapplers I've been opening, but you do notice that Mattel's the only one that has action in their new retro.
Yeah.
It is kind of a differentiator, even if they do continue making Usos and Logan Pauls and junk.
Yeah.
Though I want the Heyman. I haven't bought it. I'm behind. I think I have a new
So, I know this message has been retracted, but I'm going to answer it nonetheless because I did read this message before it was gone from Galena. And I know she was asking something about my beard. And I know she was saying something about what was my beard ever filled in. And no. Unfortunately, I lack the ability to fill in my beard all the way. I don't know what it is, but I only fill in my hair in patches.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have facial patches right here. And little patches here, but it won't fill in all the way. I can't have whole facial hair that just grows in all the way around. That's what I want badly, but it just doesn't grow that way. So I'll have little patches on the cheek, and what I have in this area right here. That's about it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Little hair that grows down the neck. Stupid. But I just shaved that off today because
I just did yesterday. Mine's not as patchy as yours, but it just doesn't fill in thick and nice like Bum's or anybody else's. Right? I can't look like a. I don't know what it is. It'll grow up, but it almost looks like pubes or something. And you're like, oh.
I want those nice goatees that connect all the way and everything. I just can't get like that.
Mine doesn't do it. Oh well. I know it's weird that we treat that like you're less or more masculine, but it's just dead skin cells being pushed out through your skin, hair, right? It's just however your body was trained to provide hair as a defense mechanism, right? And your hair provides, like they say, a lot of times they'll say, "Oh, have you ever tested the hair around your mouth's got fecal matter and shit in it?" And they'll be like, "Oh man, you need to shave that." No, you're misunderstanding what that stat's telling you. That's saying that you're swallowing fecal matter. My beard is catching it before I swallow it. The beard body hair has a function. The nose hairs have a function. They're keeping shit out of your lungs. The hair on my face, yeah, it might be catching stuff, food particles, fecal matter, terrible things, but that's what it's supposed to do. If you don't have facial hair, that's going in your mouth and nose. They misinterpret that stat. It actually is a good thing, but you know what I mean. But there's reasons why we have hair. I don't know why my face and like you said yours, it looks like you don't know how to shave, right? Because it grows in patches. Like, what did you just shave here? And you're like, no, just for some reason hair didn't grow there. I don't know why. I tell my body grow hair here, and my body's like, no. Isn't that weird? That does lead to the ghost in the shell. I have a soul in my body, and right because you don't have perfect knowledge about your body, or else. Why would we need doctors? I should just be like, oh, look, I've got cancer in my breast or whatever, right? Because you could tell it. No, you don't. You feel divorced from some of what your body's doing. It's a very weird feeling the older you get and think about, why is my knee hurt? I should be able to know. Just look up the diagnostics. It's no, you don't really have access to it. It's like you are for the ride in this, meat body thing. Kind of weird. Right. You ever think about that? Why don't I have perfect knowledge of what's going on in my body? Shouldn't I?
Right.
I'm in it. You don't, do you? No. You gotta have a doctor tell me. Oh yeah, you've got something on your elbow. Oh, why didn't my body tell me that?
Oh, you know what? We never did finish up the darn conversation about the people about the small business owners.
Oh, did we not? Oh, dang. We're out of practice.
Hey Patrick, what's happening, man?
I like to jump around. I jump from topic to topic. Small business owners.
So, one of the things, you go to a small business, right? And it's like, hey, I'm serving you a small black coffee, and a little bit of creamer, and you're paying $12.50 for it. And it's really the cheapest item you have is a small black coffee, and you're charging me $12 for that. No, I'm not going to go to your business anymore and support you just because you're a small business. You're a small business owner, you're a family owned business, or you're an immigrant run business, etc. That's things that people say in order to make themselves more appealing to buyers, right? To bring them in. And I kind of felt like hearing these people say this, and what in the video I watch, I'm like, shit, I'm doing that.
All right.
I myself am doing that because what do I say when I talk about Maniac Riot Wrestling? I'm not doing pre-orders. I am paying for it 100% out of pocket. Uh, so I mean, that's basically exactly what I'm telling my customers. Is what these guys are telling them is that hey, they're a family-owned business. They're you know they're individually run small business owners, etc. And me, I myself am doing the same thing because I'm explaining why I have to charge more for the product than what a millionaire like what Matt Cardona is charging.
Yeah.
And like we all know, he is a millionaire. He is a professional wrestler. If he could charge $50 for an action figure, if his figures don't sell, it's not going to affect him financially. I mean,
True.
I'm sure it's going to hurt because any loss of profit is going to hurt, but it really isn't going to kill him. But
Well,
me,
he can afford a whole company. Right? He's got employees and stuff, right? He doesn't run the collect
yeah,
himself. Connecticut
yeah,
and other people
but
that
for
are
me,
yeah.
if I buy 100 figures and I can't sell one single figure out of 100 is really going to financially hurt.
That's food and
So
sugar. You got locked up in the rest.
there's a huge difference between me and a Matt Cardona, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, and that does apply to a lot of small business owners, right? Margins are thin, and these people aren't Warren Buffett, Elon Musk's and stuff, starting a small electric car company or something. You know what I mean? They're starting a little artisanal coffee shop if they're lucky. And you can't really make it up in volume, can you? In coffee, if I'm making coffee to order, I need people to come in and buy coffees, and I can make a couple bucks at a time if I'm lucky. And then you have to pay for the people serving the coffee. And if you're a good owner, you're going to have to pay for benefits for those people, or maybe not. Um, no, I mean, I don't begrudge anybody who starts business. I'm way too lazy for that. I'm not a hard enough worker to start a business.
Yeah. Hey Patrick, yeah man. Van Hammer. I know Chaz. I think Chaz Taylor had posted that on Facebook about his death, and I think a couple other folks had posted about his death as well. I think maybe Fred Ottman possibly posted about it, but I know Chaz was definitely one of those guys. Was actually probably the first guy that I saw had posted about it, and that's never good news, man. Like anytime somebody dies, it always hurts, no matter who it is.
And I think wasn't he fairly young, like a 58 or a 65 or something like that? He was fairly young too, I think. I think the more I've gotten into wrestling figures and stuff and wrestling in general, the more the algorithms take over. I see a lot more on Facebook. I don't even think I follow Duggan and Ottman and some of those folks, but they keep. I think I just saw a new wrestler on my feed today on Facebook that posts stuff. And some local wrestlers after I went to that one show. Some of that now pops up on my feed. They're not Matt Cardona or anything, but it's interesting to see the local people because I saw them here play in my town, but they have to travel, right? And you think about how hard that is to be a traveling wrestler making $20 a show if you're lucky. But it's kind of interesting to see their journey. But I know I've seen Ottman before. I see Duggan all the time. That guy travels like nobody's business. He makes me tired. He was out at WrestleCon. Well, we know he was at WrestleCon. He was next to AJ at least for one day. But I mean, he's constantly like, "Oh, I'm now on the plane. I think he's got something coming up in Wisconsin somewhere." And I'm like, "I wonder how far away that is from me. Maybe I should go up and see him." But that dude
Nice.
gets around.
Tryouts in '93.
Van Hammer. I think the problem was, if I remember correctly, his personality wasn't quite there. Right? We always talk about wrestling is tough. So like, I could be a baseball player, an NFL player, basketball player, and be boring. Nobody's going to care. If I hit 60 home runs, they're going to be like, oh, Fly the L is a boring baseball player. No, they're going to be like, he hit 60 home runs, drove 140 RBIs. Nobody's going to care about my personality. But in wrestling, you be perfect for the part. And if the fans don't like you because you have no personality, no story or whatever, you're not going to be successful. I mean, how many times you see Vince McMahon tried so many times at different people, putting him over because they looked the part. He liked the bodybuilder type, right? That's why Hogan was unique, right? He had a great story and a gimmick. And his promos, he kind of had he captured. I was thinking that the other day, I was watching something on Hogan. I haven't seen his documentary yet on Netflix, but I was thinking, why was he so much better than Warrior? Right? Warrior was handing it over to Warrior like Andre did to him. So he captured the Warrior funny promos at times, right? Warrior could cut a good promo, But one subtle thing that I don't think Warrior tapped into as early on is Hogan constantly talked about his Hulkamaniacs and his fans. He would almost like he was trying to include the fans in his story to get you to cheer for him. I don't know if he knew it early on that's what he was doing, but I think that really helped. And so naturally, I was a Hulkamaniac, and I rooted for the guy. His promos were crazy like Warrior. He looked apart like Warrior. I mean, his moveset wasn't that much better than the Warrior, right? They always made fun of the Warrior that couldn't wrestle. It's not like Hogan was Macho Man. Macho Man was a much more athletic wrestler. Bret Hart was probably a better technical wrestler, but Hogan was bigger than both of them, right? It's not all just about, he can do all of the fancy moves. Discord modes. That is interesting about the tryouts in the WWF in '93. On a TV podcast, they talked about how Hammer said to Dusty, he's lower than him. Oh, Hammer said that to Dusty?
Hey, who says that to Dusty ever?
Did Hammer say that to Dusty? Oh my gosh!
Like Dusty is like wrestling royalty.
That hurt Ultimate Warrior too. He got a little too egomaniacal a bit. I mean, I get what he's saying, that he was the next Hulk Hogan and he wanted to get paid that way. But I think he forced Vince's hand when he didn't know Vince well enough to do that. You know what I mean? And that hurt the Warrior. Man, Hammer was never that good though. Like I said, it's tough. He looked apart. I don't remember. I think he wrestled good enough. Like I say, Hogan was not a masterful wrestler. No offense, right? I was a Hulk Hogan fan. He was my first favorite wrestler.
But it depends on where you're looking at him. If you're looking at him in Japan, like he is a very good technical wrestler, but when you look at him in WWF, like he wasn't allowed to do any of those technical skills.
Vince or whatever said, no, this is the story we're telling. Do this, do the leg drop, 1, 2, 3, get out of there, right? Don't try to do anything that's not Hogan. Though it was interesting to see Hogan is the most over baby face. But yet, occasionally he would do the heel type things like scratching the back or poking the eyes. You didn't see that. At times, it was really black and white back then, good versus evil, right? The baby face could not do anything bad. The heel did everything bad. Every once in a while, Hogan would do like the eye poke thing, and you're like, wait a minute, he's a baby face. What's he doing? He's not supposed to do that. He could get away with it, though. Oh, interesting. Virgil and Atom Bomb.
Keystring?
I think he's talking about your prison pocket.
Prison pocket?
Where you might sneak stuff in through your bumhole. I think. I'm not sure. Or is that a term for like taking drugs up your butt or something? I don't know. It's an that's output only.
Hey, Patrick, if you know the family of Hammer, shit, let me know.
Dang, that would have sucked to have been able to meet him while he was alive, but still, yeah.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Like, I hate that.
Like when
I think it's so much easier to deal with the person, the actual wrestler or talent themselves, because then it's like, yeah, you still want to help out the family, but like it's different. Like you want to be working with the actual person who actually lived the life and actually experienced the profession. You know,
well, selfishly, I want to hear some stories too. Like, oh yeah, we're making these figures, but also, can you talk about blah blah blah? Well, that was what struck me is that he's not. I mean, maybe he's bigger than Van Hammer, but it's not like he's Hulk Hogan. But Rhino, I got to do a meet and greet with him at that local wrestling a couple weeks ago, and he is what he is. But he was actual professional wrestler, right? He was in the WWF for a minute. He was in ECW and stuff. I didn't get to go to it, but he gave like a little seminar that day before his match, before I met him, to some of the local wrestlers. And I met and greeted some of those guys because I hadn't seen them before. And they talked about all the stories he could tell, all the advice he could give. It would be just neat to listen to some of those guys, stories from the road. And I mean, somebody like a Rhino who's still touring independently and trying to make, a living kind of sucks. You wish you could just be a successful millionaire in the WWE or whatever, or AEW. But he's trying to make it work. But the stories they would tell, I mean, every once in a while you get to hear it on YouTube, but be in the audience to hear it would be kind of neat. And to make a figure of his. In fact, after I met him, I ended up buying the Grapplers and Gimmicks Rhino figure. And it dawned on me that, like, man, I should have bought that earlier and brought it and seen if he would have signed it. I got a signed 8x10 of him, but I mean, like, that would be kind of neat to sign it, but then I couldn't open it. I had to buy 2. But, Van Hammer, Rhino, it would have been neat to talk to Bastion Booger before he died. Mike Shaw, is that was his name?
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be nice to talk to him. How many guys are no longer with us? Virgil, it'd be nice to talk to him before he passed.
I want to make a Virgil figure. Like, that's one of my favorite characters. I don't know why Virgil gets so much hate. Like, I love Virgil when I was a kid.
Does he have any LJNs? I think
he doesn't. Well, he's got an XOX Customs figure that Kevin Pelkey made, and XOX made it into rubber, but
not a mass-produced figure by anyone yet.
No.
I wonder how you can get a hold of him. And that's another guy because I know he really suffered hard times. It'd been nice to have been able to give him some money when he could enjoy it. That's another thing. It's like, okay, it's nice you can help their families, but it'd be nice to help the wrestler because these guys weren't Hulk Hogan's. They weren't, they could, they didn't make enough money like your Rhinos. It'd be nice to help him. Maybe he'd make a LJN figure or something. Something they could enjoy. Maybe take the pressure off of traveling everywhere because I'm sure he didn't get paid a lot to come to the little wrestling show I went to, but he did, and I appreciate it. I thanked him for it. But I'm like, man, that's got to be tough. He'd be like Duggan, traveling every day, every week, because he needs it to pay for probably food and shelter. Like, right? I mean, he's not like he's not a millionaire.
One of the things I'm going to be doing, and I think I used it. No, actually, no, not
perfect.
Not the photograph for this video, but I did use it as a photograph for one of my posts. We're obviously changing the head of the BBA figure, right? And that BBA mold, head mold has been changed, and all you see now is the 3D sculpt of the new head mold.
Was that the one you posted? Kind of like a skullish looking kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So is that going to go into like your 4 horsemen, or what are we calling that? Is that kind of an
that's going to be the new 4 horsemen figure. And right now, I've got because there's a bunch of freaking characters that I want to create, made up characters, obviously. And if we could create this line to be our own characters, that's going to give us so much financial flexibility to actually be able to afford financial compensation to wrestlers who, like Luke of the Bushwhackers.
You could
I offered him the same package that Bastion Booger's family offered me.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't enough, right?
They offered me, hey, this package. I'm like, okay, this is what Bastion Booger family wanted. Let me offer him that same package. They had no interest from their camp, so I'm like, okay.
I mean, I know you could maybe get more, but like, would you say no if the figures are well made? If like say they're looking for 50 grand or something ridiculous, and you offered them 10 or 20, would you say no? Like, I'm not saying you have to be greedy, but if the figures are well made, would I care? I'd be like, hey, I'm getting my loved one out there more. There's more Luke or Butch figures. Would that be neat too? There's more Bastion Booger figures now. Oh, sure, I'm going to make some money off of it, but do I need to hold out for $1 billion or something? I can't blame them. They've earned the right, or they've inherited the right to control how his name, image, and likeness go from here on out, and so they need to be important. They don't want to make any old Luke or Butch figure or whatever the heck, but you also want to see him out there more. Probably, it's a tough line. I don't control that for any. None of my dead loved ones are famous enough they don't want wrestling figures made out of them. So I don't know how that is, but you think there should be some way they should at least counter, or like, no, that's probably not enough. We're looking more in this range or something. Maybe less money up front, more per figure. I don't know.
But right now,
that'd have been amazing.
The idea is to use the exact same BBA mold for all 4 horseman figures.
Ooh,
and just give them a different. Yeah, I'm going to use the same mold.
That might be able to lower the price point then, right? You might be able to say, oh, maybe I can charge less per figure then, because you don't have to remake the mold now.
That's the idea with the first one. Yeah. So, with the first one, I'm going to be using the BBA head, different head mold. So that's going to be a different figure. So that one's probably going to be a little more expensive. Excuse me.
Okay. Did you just have to get the head part of the mold redone then for that, or how did that work? What's the process for that? Is it tough? Is it interesting? All the stuff I don't think about when I buy a figure from a company. How did they get around to making it?
Excuse me.
You need to actually do the real 4 horsemen too. What would be neat is if you could do the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and they do the real 4 horsemen like Ric Flair and Arn Anderson and stuff.
Yeah, I probably could never in a million years afford that. I wouldn't even try to get Ric Flair and Arn Anderson all that. Besides, with like Latuni coming out with Ric Flair and big other guys coming out with Ric Flair,
do a partnership.
I wouldn't even try that.
AJ, can you get the real 4 horsemen? We'll package them with my 4 horsemen, and we'll have like a reel, and here's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, here's the 4 horsemen of the wrestling apocalypse, and release them together or something. I don't know. But yeah, especially because Flair can use the money, needs the money, commands the money. Flair's probably not going to want to do it for like $5 a smile. He's going to want a lot of money, I'm sure. I don't know what AJ had to pay him, but Flair definitely commands a lot of money still. Even though he would probably command more money if he'd shut up a little bit. I think he got into it with somebody again, and they're like, "Man, Flair, just calm down, buddy. You say a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe keep that inside. Keep that inside a little bit." I forget what did Lincoln say. Better to be
Right.
something dummy than to open your mouth and remove all doubt or something like that. Like,
Right.
Maybe you shouldn't have said that, Flair. He's gotten into some trouble. I don't remember what it was recently, but I think it's one of the podcasters I watch. Him and that James Romero. You ever watch him? And then the Stevie Richards. He also does, I think, a podcast with Dutch Mantel and a few other people. But I forget what they got into it, but Flair came out saying some weird stuff. They're like,
Right.
Okay, you're still one of the greatest, but please be a little quieter about what you're talking about. Say something else. Tell me some stories. You got to have a lot of good stories, man. You got a great story. Crashing in an airplane, breaking his back, and then still coming. He was the only guy that I think had a wrestling career after that plane crash. There's like 4 wrestlers in that plane that went down. He's the only one that made it. And he got better, right? Because he was still a young wrestler. All of his titles were after the plane crash. I mean, that's a great story, right? Because I think Jim Cornette came out with was it the cartoon? I finally got his signed cartoon, his graphic novel. But he also came out with a book this year or last year. And in one of them, he talked about the wrestler who saved wrestling. I forget the guy's name now, and I feel bad about it. But he was it was 3 heels and a baby face, I think, in this plane. And it crashed, and there was rumors that a baby face was with a heel. And that was back when kayfabe was important, right? They can't be like, well, why was this baby face traveling with Ric Flair and a bunch of other heels? So they're like, oh, he wasn't in that plane crash. And to prove it, he went out and wrestled like the next night with like broken ribs and stuff to prove he wasn't in the plane crash. And so they always said this guy was the wrestler who saved wrestling. I wish I remember his name. I have to look that up. I might look it up while you're talking. But I thought that was kind of interesting because that was back when kayfabe, and that's why Cornette probably yells at modern wrestling because back then they cared about it. We all know it's not really fake, but I don't want the it's a fine line when Penn and Teller come out and explain how the magic act is performed. But if you watch them live, which I've seen them a few times, they don't always just be like, okay, now we're going to do this magic trick. But before we do it, let me show you where I hide the bunny. Well, then you're not going to enjoy the magic trick, right? They maintain kayfabe. We all know that he's not making the plane disappear, but you still want to be surprised about it.
Do I have a choice?
Yeah.
Shit, I'm drunk.
Yeah, you've drank a few tequilas. Too many martinis for you to dazzle.
Shoot. Drunken wise, I'd say tacos.
That's what I was leaning towards.
But
food wise, are we taking dinner orders?
Yeah, dinner order. Order wise, I say pizza. I don't know.
I had pizza.
You said you wanted Domino's. I'll take Domino's.
Domino's has got a 50% off coupon right now. I just got it for lunch.
Yours. That's like a business. And you are an asshole. The baby, just wanted to say hi. I said hi.
Well, give me the baby.
And he was all upset.
Well, he was an asshole. He was scratching at my door. But not the summer baby. He's a good baby. Yes. She's always a good baby.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, she's always a good baby.
When do you want the Taco Bell? Or the pizza?
I don't know.
I might get high and order Taco Bell.
I'm telling you, it's 50% off. It's a national coupon at Domino's.
Yay!
Well, whatever you order, whenever the food gets here, I will end the stream then. So, whenever you're ready.
So whatever's slowest then. Whatever will deliver the slowest.
Yep.
We got 3 more hours to go, man.
Summer, why do you always look at me like...
He's an alien.
Yeah, you look at me like an alien. Can I eat your face? I want to eat your face.
Don't eat the face. Don't eat the face.
Eat your face.
You got the prettiest face. Yes, you do.
I want to eat the baby face.
Hi, baby face.
I want to eat the baby face. Please, the baby. Please, the baby comes down. Yes, the baby.
Now we got other babies in the room.
Why are all the babies in the room?
They love me. I have my own orbit. I'm so fat.
Thank you, baby.
You're gonna have to leave the door open until the babies leave.
Okay, I love you.
Powers of Pain. Mm-hmm. Which Powers of Pain set do you think Patrick's?
Oh, damn.
So the guy who was named Tim Woods or George Burrell Wooden, I had to look him up. Mr. Wrestling. He was the guy who saved wrestling. I had to look him up. Had received a degree in agricultural engineering from Cornell and a degree in mechanical engineering from Michigan State University. What a freaking idiot. Damn.
What, taco done? Man.
That's funny, though, because I literally had Domino's for lunch/dinner. They kept saying all week you had this 50% off coupon, so I finally used it today. I didn't feel like cooking. Fair with your cat. Some cats. So new Powers of Pain set that Patrick's talking about. Is it LGN then? I think Latuni signed Warlord. Didn't he? Didn't AJ get Warlord?
He does have a Warlord Everest figure coming, and I think he has a Everest with the dumbbells. That's not a WrestleMatic figure though. I forget which one that one was.
And I think Collect Major also might have gotten Warlord, didn't they? I can't keep up. I can barely keep up with the stuff I've pre-ordered, let alone the stuff that isn't even available for pre-order yet. I got a whole spreadsheet that keeps track of it for me.
Are you having an affair with your cat? Yes, I am having an affair with my cat.
It's actually a 5-way because you got 3 cats and a wife, so it's a 5-way. Is that a thing? Is there such thing as a 5-way? So what did we decide for dinner, and what are you getting the rest of the class? You didn't take our orders. We were all ready. Tony, are you still in there? Patrick, what do you guys want for dinner? I haven't seen Ross yet. So we want to get something with extra mayo for him.
Look at baby Morty. Now they want to see the other baby.
They're growing so big.
Yes. There you go, baby Morty.
Baby Morty.
Oh, we saw baby Summer, and now we see baby Morty.
So you're a big fan of Rick and Morty? Are you both big fans of Rick and Morty?
My wife is an obsessive fan. I'm just a casual fan.
Yeah, I keep trying to, because people say I would really enjoy it, but every time I watch it, it gets annoying. I keep thinking if I need to try watching Rick and Morty again. I've tried 2 or 3 times to get into it, and I don't know what it is. It annoys me more than I laugh, and I don't know why. Cheating right before the wife. It could have been Latuni. Latuni's got. I haven't kept track of all the stuff AJ signed. He signed a few new wrestlers, but he hasn't released any figures yet, so I don't know. Yeah, I've been trying to. I missed South Park for so many years, Patrick, that I've been rewatching it.
Hey, look, Morty.
In fact, that's how I learned about 6-7. I think I watched a recent South Park on whatever the 6-7 phenomenon the kids are doing. I'm not as popular. I don't know. Probably animated shows, maybe Family Guy. I don't know. Bob's Burgers is kind of fun. What would be my best? I don't know. Sometimes South Park goes
right before the wife.
Yeah. I think South Park is still releasing new episodes. Yeah, because they've got some on like the current, administration, Trump and stuff. That I think I watched in the fall. It's hard because South Park was always famous for having just. I grew up with seasons started in the fall and ended in the spring or summer, right? Your traditional TV.
I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll keep them. We'll keep them busy dancing and singing. But so you remember, I don't know, depending on how old you are, as a kid, the shows would come out September or whatever and run till May or June or whatever, and that's how it was because all we had was like regular TV. Maybe we had cable TV. But now you just have like, oh, it's February, let's start a season, and it'll run for 8 episodes, 13 episodes, whatever the heck, and it'll end. South Park has always been that way, and so I can never tell you when the new season starts and when the new season ends. And like, I think South Park has cheated a few because I feel like they feel like they're inadequate because like the Simpsons have legitimately done like 35, 36 seasons, and I think South Park has got as many. But South Park, what they'll do is they'll have 2 seasons a year to try to play catch up, which I think is cheating. But not that it matters. I'm kind of struggling because I just finished a show called The Pit. I'm big into medical shows as well, so I decided to start rewatching ER again. I don't know if y'all are watching The Pit on HBO, but it's got the same dude. He played. His real name's Noah Wiley. Yeah, he played Carter, who started off like as an intern in ER. So I'm like, well, it's only natural I start watching ER. Oh, we got one of the cats still. Was that a cat ear I just saw? It's shying away from the camera. Yeah, what was the weirdest thing about the Darby Allin victory? I wasn't surprised because wasn't the show in Seattle where he's from? It's interesting because MJF just had like a big, long match against Kenny Omega, and he won. And then he immediately drops the belt on the next Wednesday after that pay-per-view to Darby Allin, which is kind of weird, but it was also kind of a squash match. So they said, hey, MJF, you can last 40 minutes with Kenny Omega, who's one of their bigger stars they've had over the years, in a pay-per-view, beat him, and then you drop it in like 5 minutes to Darby Allin, who weighs like the weight of one of my legs. I mean, literally. I know I'm a big guy, but Darby's kind of small. It's a very this is the problem with AEW, and even WWE has this problem. There's no continuity. There's no sense in what the decisions they make. It doesn't make any sense that you'd have MJF outlast Kenny Omega for 40 minutes and then lose in 5 minutes to Darby Allin. Sure, put Darby Allin over, but make it another epic 20-minute match or something. They love putting on 50-minute matches in a Wednesday show where everybody draws blood, right? Like, why did they not on that episode? I don't get it. But I think I heard from somebody to say that MJF's now filming another movie. He's trying to go the Rock Cena route, so they got to give him time to go appear in a movie. Yeah, Rhea Ripley's great. In fact, she won the belt, I think, at WrestleMania, didn't she? I still don't know why they gave Cargill the belt and then they took it off her. See, that's where I say I like to shit on AEW, but I don't think WWE's telling any better stories, really. The Punk Reigns was only a good match. I mean, the build-up was only good because I think the promos were good, and really that was more one-sided. Roman Reigns' promos I didn't think were that good. Punk's promos sold that match, and it was a great match. I don't know if Punk should have lost, but the rest of WrestleMania was kind of flat. Like, did anybody care about Fatu and Drew McIntyre? So Fatu and Drew McIntyre have this WrestleMania match. It's like an unsanctioned match, no holds barred, turn everybody on fire, draw blood. Neither of them drew blood on WrestleMania in an unsanctioned match. Explain that one to me. So I give shit to AEW where they'll draw blood on a whim on a Tuesday, just for giggles, between two mid-carders. And here, on an unsanctioned, no holds barred, he's hitting them with tools. I think Fatu hit McIntyre with the toolbox on the edge. Neither of them drew blood. In WrestleMania. Like, what are we doing? I don't have to be Jim Cornette to tell you that's bad storytelling. There are reasons why you draw blood. Yeah, you shouldn't draw blood every Wednesday like AEW does. But there are legitimate reasons. The blow-off match, you should be tough. If it was a steel cage match, would you say, should they both get out without drawing blood? No, it's a steel cage match. Why did you have it in a steel cage? Why did you have an unsanctioned match if not at least one of them is drawing blood? It's very bizarre. I don't get it. WrestleMania was such a letdown this year. It was just ad after ad. Did you watch WrestleMania, Waddy? Do you keep up with the modern wrestling?
No, in the bathroom, I heard you talking about South Park, and I had like all these topics of discussion for South Park, and I'm like, damn. And then I come back in here, I hear Rhea Ripley, and I hear WrestleMania. I'm like, damn, I got nothing for you now.
Yeah, the famous post-WrestleMania release. I think they do this every year. They released a bunch of people. WWF did. Yeah, we were just kind of talking, filling in the gaps. Talked about Rhea Ripley. She won the belt back, which is good. She's a better overall wrestler than Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is another example. She looks the part, but that's all she has. She doesn't wrestle particularly well still. They still haven't trained her how to wrestle. Her promos kind of suck. That's why AEW partnered her with, was it Mark Sterling, one of the major podcast fellas, because it's a hard job. I'm not saying I could be a professional wrestler, but she looks the part. Jade Cargill looks like she could be a wrestler. That's why it sucks that she isn't a good one. You're just like, I don't want. Rhea Ripley can do pretty much all of it. I know. I think people are giving her crap for. I think she's lost weight or something. I don't really notice.
I was reading reviews about that,
and she played.
And people were bitching, saying something about Rhea Ripley going to like the front office or something, and bitching that she wasn't a champion or something.
Oh,
and
really?
I don't know how the politics inside wrestling works, so I don't know if any of this is true. But that's how she became champion, is that she went bitching about it, and now she got this match, and bam, now she won the match, and now here's your new champion. And how the original Cargill, I don't know. I don't know who this wrestler is. I gotta be honest. So I at least know who Rhea Ripley is. Oh shit, I'm drunk as hell. I can hear my voice, and I can hear the drunkenness of my voice.
Do you hear voices in your head? They speak to you. You understand? They talk to you.
Very often.
I don't know about that match either.
But that's beside the point.
Oh yeah, we can go back to South Park. We can talk about wrestling. Oh, Bum Shadows is here.
Baby, Bum.
Finally, the Bum has come back to the live stream.
All right. So check this.
You have South Park, or do we finish the small business stuff?
I was thinking of South Park over there, and
small business stuff though, right? Are you done with small business? I don't want to get off that topic. I think you did.
Shit.
Because you said how you were acting like them. Was that the closing note? I don't want to. We jump around a lot. I would like to talk about WrestleMania too, but I don't have so much time.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, we only got like 20 minutes left or so, and
yeah, only 2 hours left.
Yeah, my wife ordered food, so I say we got about 10 to 20 minutes of talk time.
Yeah, but I tipped them to drive slow. So what did we get? What did
Oh.
we order? What did we decide on? Tacos, pizza, both? Taco
I think
pizza?
I think she's probably gonna get tacos.
Why not taco pizza? You got both then.
All I know is I'm freaking drunk right now, and I haven't been drunk in a long ass time.
Feels good.
But
I'm not drunk yet, but I will be later because I'm probably gonna have more. I'm almost out of alcohol. I'm gonna have to buy some more.
I do want to finish off this bottle because this bottle's almost gone. And it doesn't make sense to keep this little bit amount left.
That's the tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want to talk South Park?
So, South Park episode where they went off and like, half the group was like for Xbox and the other half group were for PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, who's for which group now? Because me personally, I'm obviously a PlayStation fan.
Are you?
The only reason I ever bought an Xbox in my life, 2004, my final PT test at AIT, I finally passed. I couldn't pass my fucking PT test because I always failed my run because I can't run worth a shit. My final PT test at AIT, I finally passed, and my last couple weeks at AIT, I was just gonna stay on post like I normally do.
Uh-huh.
My friends are like, "No, we're taking your ass off post."
Celebrate.
So we went to the Petersburg Mall in Virginia, Fort Lee, Virginia, and I found the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds Xbox video game.
Oh, they had a video game for Buffy. Okay, so that sold you, right?
Yeah, they actually had a couple. Yeah, they actually had a couple of video games for Buffy.
I didn't know it. Okay.
But neither did I. I never heard of either video game. But Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds for Xbox. I bought it.
Xbox only, right? So you had to buy it.
No, I'm pretty sure they had it for.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure they had it for PlayStation.
I know they like to do those exclusives.
But I just saw it for Xbox, so I just bought it.
Yep.
So when I came home, I bought myself an Xbox. And in 2004, December, I'm home. I'm playing Buffy. I bought myself an Xbox. I'm playing Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know how many goddamn seizures I got while playing that damn video game because goddamn.
Really?
I mean, there was one time I'm playing, you're Buffy and you're fighting against the big bad Kakistos at one point, and I probably played that big bad like 5 hours straight because I couldn't beat the son of a bitch. And I'm telling you, the seizures were so goddamn bad. All those freaking blinking lights, man, like crazy. Patrick, I got you, man.
Interesting. I always hear about that warning, but I've never had a seizure to that. I know somebody who used to play like Division or one of those things, cooperative games, and it made him seasick or nauseous, so he had to stop playing. But luckily, I've never had.
I'm telling you, with all those freaking blinking lights and everything like that, they tell you about warnings about seizures, but during the game, you don't actually appreciate it until you actually play that crap. They're like, holy crap, yes. Like this stuff is actually making you sick.
So did you ever beat it then, or did that stop you from beating it?
No, I eventually beat the entire game. Yeah, I beat the entire game before I ever left home. But Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds, one of my all-time favorite games ever. I eventually bought the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer game on Xbox as well.
Oh, that was the sequel. Okay.
Yep. And I beat that entire game as well.
Oh.
What sucks is once you beat it, you have no reason to play it again. But I mean, you still play it again and again because it's a fun game. They're both fun games. I like Chaos Bleeds because it allows you to play as different characters. You can play as Tara, you can play as Buffy, you can play as Willow or Xander or Spike, Sid the Dummy. So it's all fun.
That's the measure of a good game, is when you can beat it and still want to play it again. Not all games are that way. Once you beat it, you're kind of like, yeah, that was enough. But some games, you're like, I don't really care. I'm going to jump in. Mario always seems to be fun. Even if, no matter how many times you beat most of the Mario games, they always seem to be fun enough. So you're like, I'm just going to waste some time and play Mario or like a Tetris, or I don't know if you could ever beat many Atari games.
Damn, I don't know if I'm going to make it to 2 hours. Holy crap.
2 more
hours? About this tequila, man, but I was at the dentist on Thursday. And there's this filling that I guess the Army put in,
Uh-oh.
I don't know how many years ago.
They messed it up.
2006, 2005, 2007, 2008, I don't know, whenever they put it in. But apparently the filling started breaking. So the last time I was at the dentist, they noticed that, so they rescheduled an appointment for me after my cleaning. So I went in on Thursday so that they could replace that.
They just replaced the filling, or did they put like a cap on it, or what they do?
Yeah, so when the Army, when they do a filling, all they do is they put like a little gray filling on it, and they don't actually fill it in like completely. They put like a little gray, like you said, a little gray cap or whatever. That's all the Army does. They put a little gray metal piece on there.
All the good things the Army can do, and then all the good things that they don't do. Kind
And
of
they
weird.
do it because it's fast and it's easy. When I looked in the mirror and I saw it, it looked like a big ass silver cavity. I thought a big ass cavity in my mouth. When I went to the doctor and the dentist, I talked about it. Like, I had this big ass cavity in my mouth, and like they looked at me like I'm crazy. Like, you don't have a cavity. That's just a filling.
That's just the filling,
I-
but it looks like a
I'm like,
cavity.
so I went on Thursday and they took the filling out, and there was a big ass hole that they dug out of my mouth. Like, I'm wondering why I went to the dentist years and years and years ago. If they drilled that big ass hole into my tooth, why didn't they just why didn't they just cut the entire tooth out? Why did they drill a hole that size into my tooth?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Did
they
that hurt,
filled in
or did they numb
the
you here recently?
yeah, they numb my tooth.
Yeah,
They
because that
numb
could be really sensitive, digging that filling out, and then he's exposed to the air and water and stuff. Ooh.
yeah. So they numb the whole side of the mouth, and they put in a new filling or something. So to repair it, so
Yeah.
they put a brand new one in. And just sitting here tonight and drinking this tequila, every time I drink it on the left side,
Can you feel
you
it?
can just feel it on the left side. You can feel it like hurt, like burn or something.
Did they not do a good job, or maybe does it need to settle or something? Or
Maybe, I mean, it's only been a couple days, but I'm feeling it on the left side, and like compared to what it felt like before, it's completely different.
luckily, you got enough alcohol in there that's antiseptic, so it's not like you'll cause problems, right? It's not like you'll cause disease or whatever. Yeah, you'd kill anything that would be growing there, but that probably doesn't make it feel any better.
Mhm.
I think Patrick's talk about South Park.
Going after me is too drunk for two topics at the same time.
Yeah,
Pat,
well,
you
I
have
love
no
to jump.
idea, man.
I
It's
love to
so
jump
true.
around, as you can tell. I go from one topic to another very quickly. I'm even like watching Twitch on the two other monitors, seeing what's going on. I jump around like an idiot. Oh, $39. Um, I keep thinking I should do a live stream, but I think it's probably too hard to just like show up by yourself and talk about stuff. Like, hey, I'm flying. Let's talk about stuff. We didn't even get to talk about your world champion Chicago Cubs. So I haven't checked in on today. They've won 10 in a row.
Dude, I was watching a recap of the
I don't
Cubs
trust
game,
them,
and they're
but
playing
they
the
won.
Dodgers, right?
Yeah, they came
They're
back to
down
beat them
four
last time.
nothing. This Sheehan guy for the Dodgers are shutting us out through like 6 innings for like 4-0. I'm like, man, that's it. 4-0, 6 innings. This guy is dominating, like 10 strikeouts. There is no way in hell we're coming back from this. Our 9-game winning streak is over.
Nope, they came back.
Bullpen comes in. We come back, score like 6 runs over the last 3 innings, and win the game. Come back and our 10-game winning streak is up. I'm like, son of a bitch.
It looks like it's
I
going to.
am really starting to get 2016 vibes at this point. So apparently the Cubs won 11 straight games in 2016,
Oh, really?
and we're at 10 straight wins right now. It means nothing. In
No.
2001, we won 12 straight games.
Okay.
We were playoff bound, but we didn't make the playoffs in 2001. But that was the year John Lieber won 20 games.
Oh,
We should have
okay.
we should have won them, but we should have made the playoffs that year.
It looks like it might end tonight, though. They're down 8-3. Though they were ahead 2-0. That was 2-2.
Fuck, they're down that much.
Then 3-2. Yeah, the Dodgers just scored 6 in the fourth.
God
But
damn.
it's only the fifth inning, so yeah, I don't think it will be. I wouldn't mind the Pirates winning. I don't have anything against them. It's just, what do they have, like $5 to rub together to buy payroll?
Mm.
Are the Pirates in first place right now? No, it's the Reds, I think, isn't it? As long as it's not the Brewers or Cardinals, I'd even be fine with the Reds or Pirates. Brewers and Cardinals, they should finish last, though. That should be a law in baseball. If the Cubs can't win it, at least make sure the Brewers and Cardinals finish last. So I'm glad to see that the Brewers have really struggled lately. I think they're in last place. But it's only the fifth inning, so who knows? I mean, I don't trust the Cubs. I still think they have problems. They don't produce runs when they should. They don't play small ball. I don't know why teams are allergic to playing small ball. Everybody wants to hit the long ball. Like, they don't care how you score, just that you do. Royals,
Well,
yeah. Oh, is this it?
That is it for this bottle.
You're going to have to buy another bottle so we can keep the stream going.
I mean, this shit was like this high when I first started.
You can get alcohol delivered, DoorDash and stuff. I just got some from Uber Eats to save 20% on alcohol deliveries. And I'm like, oh man, that sounds dangerous. Maybe I should get an alcohol delivery. I don't even need alcohol. I just want the sale. I'll take 20% off scotch. Problem is they mark it up. It's insidious. I don't do a lot of those delivery services. Oh, did that hit your tooth?
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, the new, it hurts.
Of course, you just got it, so give it some time. If it still hurts after a week or so, then I'd say maybe talk to your dentist. But, yeah.
Hey, it was scratching at my door.
Especially tequila. I mean, overdosing on scotch is one thing, but not tequila. I'm not a big tequila fan. Though I got into it with my nephew over gin. I'm like, tequila's okay. Gin sucks. I don't know why anybody drinks tequila or gin. Gin's terrible. We probably should get him back on South Park if you want to talk about South Park, Patrick. Do you have anything about South Park you want to talk about, Patrick? You mentioned it. You were talking about South Park with the Xbox versus PlayStation. That was the South Park topic.
I wanted to hear me overdose about tequila in the morning.
Oh. Lindemann retracted their...
Man, Patrick is funny as hell. I like Patrick.
Yes.
That's funny. Gin. Do I need to get some gin?
No. Now, have you ever smelled like an evergreen, like a juniper tree or whatever? That's gin, and that's because they make it from gin. They make gin from like juniper. I think it's from juniper berries. It smells just like an evergreen. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, vermouth is. One of my uncles was big into vermouth, and I don't know why. The only thing I've really ever had with vermouth was some olives in vermouth that weren't too bad. I'm not a big martini fan either, though. So vodka, vermouth, all that stuff you made martinis out of, I've never been into. What, vermouth? You like vermouth?
No, the gay fish one.
Oh, did I miss? Oh, the gay fish Kanye West. Which amaretto sucks, does it? What's amaretto? Isn't it like? Is that it's a liqueur, right? It's like is it cherry flavor or something like that? I don't ever drink it much. Which one was the gay fish?
I never tried it.
Which one was
but
the
like the Kanye West episode of South Park?
Yeah,
that shit's hilarious.
Refresh my memory. I might have seen that one. I'm only catching up lately. Like last fall, I was catching up before the new show started, and I got sidetracked.
Yeah, for South Park.
Yeah, what was the gay fish one? I remember. Was Kanye West married to
Kim Kardashian? Yeah.
Didn't he have one where he's trying to defend her? Is that the gay fish one, or is that a different one? Because he kept saying
they keep saying fish sticks.
Oh, that one I have seen.
Fish sticks, but he's saying fish sticks, but they're saying fish sticks.
Okay, fish dicks instead of fish sticks, right? Yeah. But wasn't there another one where he kept trying to defend Kim Kardashian, and he kept like calling up like, "You weren't Lord of the Rings, were you?" I forget what the premise of the show was, because but you were, and I forget how they laid it out, but it made it sound like she was a hobbit in Lord of the Rings. I think that's what the premise was. That was a different episode. He did South Park all once through the window at night, and they even put time to me in his freaking wheelchair. I don't know if I remember that one. I think you can make martini out of vodka too. I think, right, Haley? I don't like martinis. I don't like vodka. I'm not a big fan of vermouth. None of the clear beverages ever do it for me. I'm a whiskey fan, which is
I like vodka. I'll drink anything, man, at this point. Which is funny as hell. You know what's hilarious? My wife used to be a drinker. Not like an everyday drinker or anything like that.
She doesn't drink anymore, but she doesn't drink any less either. You ever hear that one?
No, we're not talking like everyday drinking. we're talking like
Not a professional.
if we do sit down and actually drink, like she would be the drinker. Me, I would never drink. Like I hated alcohol. I didn't like the taste of it. That was my simplicity. I didn't like the taste of alcohol, therefore I didn't drink.
So now you're playing catch up.
That's it.
Yeah.
That in its simplicity, I didn't like the taste of it. I wasn't against alcohol. I didn't like the taste of it.
I think for a
But
lot of, depending on how early you drank beer, that was my first foray into alcohol. Underage, don't tell anyone. Beer sucked, and I'm
but
like,
now, but
why do people drink beer? It's terrible. You don't get used to that bitter, sour, or whatever taste, right?
yeah,
Just
but
get
like
used to it. You like,
ever since I retired, um, I want to try new experiences, right? And that meant drinking more. And I've gotten into drinking like tequila and vodka and rum and shit, stuff like that. And I feel like, okay, cool. My wife and I can experience a lot of this stuff together. But now all of a sudden,
she doesn't
she's
drink.
not a drinker anymore.
What's the deal?
What's wrong with bitch?
You finally showed up to the party, and she's like, "Nah, party closed. I'm done. I had
Pretty
enough."
well,
At least she can pour you. But at least she can pour you the fancy drinks that separate and have you
essentially
with your.
though, yeah.
At least she can still do that. Even so, she doesn't even drink any of those fancy drinks she makes you. She just makes you one, and then
I like when you go like what was that? Like Walmart and like in the alcohol section, they have like those little 4 bottles. Jamaican Me Happy.
oh,
Like what I call chillers or
is it like a wine cooler type of thing? I don't know if I'm.
wine coolers. Yes,
Are they wine coolers?
wine
Those are
coolers.
always good.
Those things are delicious. I like those a lot.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Come here, Morty.
Oh,
Yes, yes, you're climbing all over my table. You shouldn't be on my table.
I have a guest on the show. You're making me crazy.
You're making me happy.
I totally forgot about the fish sticks one, but I'm trying to remember the. I'm pretty sure he was trying to defend his
Bye,
wife.
Morty.
What's he talking about? Kanye was like, "You sure you weren't Lord of the Rings? You sure you're not a Hobbit?" I forget what the setup was, but front door noticed some activity. What did you notice, front door?
I don't think my wife put the light on in the front door.
Yeah, did you figure out what you're getting for dinner? Did she tell you?
Well, I think she's ordering Taco Bell, but she didn't put the front door light on. So I'm looking out the door, but I don't see anybody showing up.
Do you have? I had it for the first time in a long time. Do you have a Taco John's? I actually had them the other day. That was actually pretty good. You gonna take us with? We're gonna go on a tour. Ooh,
This little jerk off right there was in this freaking tree.
no,
Excuse me.
I'm just laying
Sir.
here. I wasn't into mischief, Dad. What are you talking about? I didn't do
Can I
anything.
talk to you about your car's extended warranty?
Huh.
Hey, you. Can I talk to you? Sir. Sir. Sir.
Have you thought about undercoat on that new car of yours? How about a nice gap coverage, maybe, in case you crash early on when you pull off the lot, or
Hi, Morticia.
you should call me mortician,
Morticious.
morticious. I'm probably gonna fall asleep watching South Park now. You guys all keep talking about South Park. I totally forgot about it. I started rewatching it because I missed a lot of episodes, and then new shows popped on. I think I just finished The Pit. We talked about that. What was some other shows I was watching? Maybe it was catching up on Simpsons or something. I've been watching a lot of playoff hockey. I've been missed playoff hockey. It's been on NHL or Max, HBO Max. Sometimes South Park pisses me off, or it's not funny, but I still love the movie. The South Park movie is great, and the songs they do in the movie are so memorable. That and also Team America World Police, two of my favorite musicals. Move over Sound of Music. I got Team America World Police. The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. How about Everyone Has AIDS? Everyone has AIDS. And then a little AIDS.
Man, I'm still disappointed that I freaking
Watch that next too.
screwed up my freaking fire pit, man. I'm just thinking, like
You screwed it up.
yeah, because I had like these what are they called?
Remember, you don't have a fire pit; you have a burn pit.
Yeah, but my
So you didn't
freaking
screw up your fire pit. You might have screwed up your burn pit. Does that make you feel better?
no, but my freaking tiles that I have for my deck for my decking, my trek boards, I forget what they're called. Treks. But that's actually what they're called, treks. But anyways,
Is that the type of material or company or whatever that makes? Is it like a manufactured laminate or something that's like made looks like real wood, but it's really vinyl, so it lasts better or something like that? Is it one of those kind
yeah,
of composite
yeah.
materials, or whatever they call it?
Mhm.
I think I've heard that term.
Like
Probably more
they're great.
expensive, but at
They're
least you
they're
don't have to
great trek
stain it.
boards.
It's probably more expensive up front, but it's going to look good. It's going to hold up longer. You won't have to stain it or paint it like a real wood deck. Like if I put it, in, I don't have a deck now, but if I put it in a deck, I would not use wood because I don't want to be staining it every couple of years. And in like in Illinois weather, you'd have to stain it. I think every 2 or 3 years to keep up with it.
Yeah, so
Otherwise, it
you
look like
you
crap.
wouldn't. It's not like it's not wood or anything, but it's not something that you're supposed to burn or anything. But I burn mine,
Oh, okay.
and we burn it like black smoke comes up, like you're not supposed to. But like I'm an asshole, so whatever. Um,
That's definitely something you wouldn't want to roast marshmallows or hot dogs over because you don't know what chemicals you might be ingesting, maybe potentially.
pretty much.
It's not like if it
But
was real wood. If it was real wood, sure, burn it. You know, you could roast marshmallows and hot dogs and stuff.
it's
But
like
it's
little cut up boards, like yay big. I mean, I'm gonna burn the suckers. I don't give a damn.
yeah,
But if it's
yeah,
like big ass, yay big boards that you could probably cut up and reuse and recycle for like
maybe,
shelving or something in the future, I'm gonna try and save those boards if I can. Those SOBs are expensive,
yeah.
and
Well,
I'm probably thinking about redoing my shed.
oh,
And in my shed, I want to
yeah.
have a bunch of shelving and whatnot. So, yeah, I want to save those suckers.
Is
So
that a he shed instead of a she shed?
so
Is that the
today
difference?
I effed up my burn pit.
What'd you do?
I took down all of well, not all of them, but I took down a bunch of the bricks, and I
Oh,
moved bricks. A lot of the bricks I took over and I moved over to the side because I wanted to line up all these bricks along the edges all the way to the shed. And then I have these red lava rocks that I'm spreading all the way from one edge all the way to the other edge to the shed. And now it looks beautiful. Now when you step on the lava rocks, you're not stepping into mud, you're not stepping into dirt. If there's water or anything going into it, bam, you're stepping straight into rocks.
yep, yep.
You're not walking into you're not walking into mud. Which is great. Same thing on the top layer where my my burn pit was. It's grass, it's mud, it's plants and flowers, but guess what? I'm gonna turn that into lava rocks as well.
Yeah, right.
There's one plant that's blooming again. I'm probably gonna build rocks around that area. I'm probably gonna build a smaller burn pit, maybe 2 levels high, and
Oh,
bury lava rocks around that area.
can you burn the lava rocks and then walk on them and impress people? Like, oh, look, I can walk on burn. No, it's not that kind of lava rock, probably.
Maybe, but I mean, God damn it, Morty.
That's a special kind of rock. That's like you've got to hold kayfabe that it won't burn your feet because the way
No, Morty.
I think the
I'm
rock
going
heats
Morty.
up or something.
Yeah, it's
But
not that kind of.
so you tore down your burn pit before you're done burning stuff. Just
I
don't
mean, I
stop.
had all these lava rocks I had purchased, and I'm trying to like lay them out, display them perfectly so that it looks beautiful when you go out there.
Yep.
Problem is, I still got a bunch of lava rocks I gotta put underneath the deck where the actual
Do you
actual pool pump is.
do you see the? Oh, okay, but you'll see those rocks. So you want to use lava because if they're just rocks you need because rocks can filter water and stuff, and you won't see them. Then use the cheaper river rock or whatever, right? If you're not going to see them.
Yeah, I want to use the lava rocks because when you get to like the pump, it's the water is in the dirt. It's muddy as hell.
Yeah, I mean, you
step
can
in
use
it.
rocks. Definitely use rocks. They're nice because they won't go anywhere. They'll stick around. You don't have to replenish them like
Yeah.
bulb. They won't break
You
down.
step in them, you don't have to worry
But if you're
about
not
getting your
going to see
boots or
them,
your shoes all muddy.
if you're not going to
That's
see them,
my
you can
plan.
save money getting real river rock or whatever they call it. Your
You
generic.
never have to worry about muddying your shoes and all that stuff. That's
Yeah.
why I want to get a lot of rocks everywhere.
And cheaper, and you can lay it yourself than like getting concrete or something, right? Concrete, you probably want to pay someone or mix it up in a wheelbarrow. I remember helping my dad as a kid dealing with concrete. I don't want to do it as an adult. I'm old and fat and lazy enough, and I make enough money that I'd pay someone to deal with concrete more than I want to deal with it. Like if I put
Yeah.
that was probably the last concrete I did was maybe 10, 20 years ago with my dad. We put in a basketball pole.
So I
And
wonder if
for
this
reasons,
John P. Perfect Couples. I wonder if this is the same John from previously.
oh, is that
I
name
think he's
familiar?
changed his username, unfortunately.
I wonder if he's ever going to graduate elementary school though. Because that's the same put down we did in elementary school. Hey, you're gay, haha. Haha, you're queer.
Mm,
People who are different than me are funny. Haha.
mm,
Have a seat. I don't have anything original to talk about. Come on, at least have an
yeah.
original joke, John, about like my, oh, you're wearing a 49ers shirt. They draft like they're drunken sailors or something. I don't know. Do you know what you're getting from Taco Bell? If it is Taco Bell, anything good? What are our favorites at Taco Bell? I haven't had them in a couple weeks. It doesn't. I'm getting
Anytime I
old enough
order
that it
Taco
doesn't
Bell,
confuse me.
I always ask my wife for the cheesy taco shells
Cheesy taco.
and for what's the other one? Oh man,
Somehow they got really popular when I was in high school. We all because we're poor emo.
chalupa.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
chalupa. I'm a burrito fan.
I could have been.
I love burritos. The beefy 5-layer burrito, I think, is the last thing I got from there that was pretty tasty. But I think they're like $1 million now. I always loved burritos, but I think even as like a poor high school kid, somehow we all switched from McDonald's or some other place in mass to Taco Bell. It became very popular to go to Taco Bell. And me and my best friend, we would always go there and get like a couple of bean burritos. And he turned me on to. I think he'd always get the chips and cheese. We'd never eat the chips. It was just to get the cheese to dip the burritos in. And we're like, oh, that's pretty smart. So we get a couple of bean burritos and dip it into the cheese. I don't know. Bacon. I don't know if they do any bacon. I haven't been there in a while. I literally went to Taco. Do you have a Taco John's near you? I don't know how big a franchise they are.
Taco John's, no.
I went there on Thursday just out of the blue because they had some kind of like dollar bean burrito day, and I'm like, I haven't been here in like years. And the one interesting thing at Taco John's, I mean, it's like Taco Bell, but maybe bigger, slightly more expensive burritos. So maybe it's more real meat in their beef. You know, Taco Bell. I ever wonder if that's real beef in the beef burrito? They have something called a potato ole at Taco John's. It's like a tater tot, but like a flattened surface with a little spice to it. I've never seen that at Taco Bell, but I had to get some when I was there. They're really tasty. I don't know how to describe them, but problem is in my town, the Taco John's is like as far away from me as possible, and you have to drive through town to get to it. So it's kind of like I'm not going to drive 30 minutes to go to Taco John's and drive 30 minutes back. But for some reason, I got it in my head that I'm like, I haven't had them in years. I'm not cooking tonight. I'm too tired. I'm going to go to Taco John's. Got a couple burritos and potato LA. And they had something called, basically Taco Bell had this. I don't know if they have it anymore. It's like a double decker, I think they called it, where they wrapped it was almost like a bean burrito around a hard shell taco.
Mm.
And I'm not a hard shell taco fan, but what was nice about that is it kept the taco that would crunch and fall into pieces on your plate.
Yeah.
It kept it enclosed in the burrito. And I'm like, well, this is one way I can actually enjoy a taco. For me, I never liked hard shell tacos because they'd always just break and you get shrapnel everywhere. Soft shell isn't bad, but burritos are my go-to. Sky Blue got the pin. Oh, that was a tag team, wasn't it? She used to tag with somebody else, and I don't know if she's hurt now. We're talking AEW wrestling.
Yeah.
Sky Blue and what's her name? She has like a big hat. She has a neat song that she comes into. Chalupa. I don't know if I've been to Taco Bell in probably a couple months. It's been a while. I don't have anything against them. I just kind of forgot about them.
Damn, it's pushing 9:30 already. Holy crap.
Yeah, we only got a couple more hours to go.
Mm.
Oh, she was with Thekla? That's weird. I don't know what to think about Thekla. Isn't she still the heavyweight champion? I think the women's champion. I think Thekla is. I just don't feel like AEW and even WWE now. I don't feel like there's any rhyme or reason to belt changes and stuff. It's just kind of like, oh, it's Wednesday. Let's change the belts, I guess. Okay. Oh, well, let's put Moxley over again. Oh, good. Let's get the drunken plumber another victory. Moxley's another good example. I don't know what happened to him, but his promos are terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. In AEW, I'm just kind of like, why? What is it with? I think even WWE, nobody knows how to throw a punch anymore. They all do this forearm shit. And I kid you not, I saw Jim Cornette like 10 or 20 years ago. He did a tour of the UK. And famously, he doesn't like to fly. So it was a big deal. They got him over to the UK. And Jim Cornette can throw a worked punch like nobody's business. And I'm sitting here thinking, and you can actually look it up on YouTube, Jim Cornette tours the UK. And I'm thinking, if Jim Cornette can throw a punch, why can't modern wrestlers throw a punch? And he begrudges that. And I didn't really notice it until every time Moxley's the worst offender that. Every match, if you start watching Moxley now, every match he does, there's always going to be a trading of forearm with his opponent. No matter what the match is, no matter what the stipulation is, they're just going to sit in the middle of the ring and hit each other with their forearms. And like, in a real fight, you're not going to do that. I'm not going to hit you with my forearm. None of them can throw a working punch, and I don't know what it is. I'm not saying I can, but if Jim Cornette can, he never had to. He was a manager, right? Well, how often is Jim Cornette throwing a worked punch? He's not. He's hitting you with his racket. If he can do it, why can't John Moxley do it, for fuck's sake? Like, I don't get it. Maybe that's it, Mama Cornette. That could have been. But yeah, I mean, it looked legit real punches he was throwing on these wrestlers in the UK. It looked amazing. And I'm like, and he's like 50, 60 years old. He's not a wrestler, and he's throwing these punches. Now, admittedly, I think Cornette cares more about the sport than some of the average wrestlers do, but you can learn it. You learn your craft. I don't know why you don't throw a punch. So the leg slap is so egregious. Yeah, if I hit you in the head with my knee, it's not going to sound like that. That's not what a knee hitting a head sounds like. And every single time they do that, they're like, oh, I'm going to hit my leg. That's not what it sounds like. Who is that faking out? That slap is so terrible. I'm like, it'd be kind of like if I was doing a fake. I'm going to shoot you in the head. Oh, look, I just shot you in the head. That sounds just as sensical. Like, I'm hitting you in the head with my knee. When does a knee hitting a head ever sound like that? It does not. How big is your head? How much fat do you have on your head that it would make that noise? I mean, like, maybe this. Can you hear that? Maybe. But my knee is not going to make that noise if I hit you in the head. And they love to do that. And like, oh, here, let me do what's Drew McIntyre's face to the head. It's not going to make that noise. But they do it. But the problem is the crowd's into it. They don't care, right? They're like, oh, yeah, look at that. Moxley hit him in the head. Yeah.
Right.
So
that's funny.
The crowd likes it.
Yeah, it's funny as hell that Bum Shadow was talking about variants of Jake Paul and Jelly. Here's the thing, I actually like the Jake Paul figure. I actually think that outside of Hulk Hogan, which Hulk Hogan LJN original is one of the greatest LJN figures ever made. Probably one of the greatest wrestling action figures ever made, period.
How's the Mattel LJN? I don't have the original LJN anymore, and I was a kid when I had it. How's the Mattel LJN stack up to it? Same pose?
I mean, it's a comparable figure. It's more of a plasticky figure, but I mean, it's still comparable.
Does the original LJN kind of? He doesn't sit when you stand him. He doesn't stand straight. He kind of like tilts to the side, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Does the original LJN do that? That's really the only knock I have is that it looks like a mistake.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody fucked up in the factory, and they're like, "Nah, go ahead. It's Hulk Hogan. They're going to buy it anyways. We don't care." I don't know if the original LJN was that. I don't remember having that problem when I had it.
Rubbery figure versus a plasticky figure versus Mattel.
Well, there's that too. The materials
that's the only difference.
I mean,
because it's still based off the original LJN design. Yes, that Hulk Hogan LJN Mattel is probably going to be the best figure that Mattel ever creates. Just for the simple fact that it's based off of the original LJN design.
I mean,
for no other reason other than that.
They've released 8 LJNs now. Mattel has. I don't think the Hogan's the best one though of the ones I've got. I gotta say maybe Bundy or Warrior. Bundy by hand feel is the best figure I felt in my hand.
I mean, otherwise, I'd probably say Logan Paul is probably the best design. Otherwise,
I don't know the Logan one.
So, it looks like somebody's pulling into my driveway right now. So it looks like the food is here. So I'm probably gonna have to leave because dinner is ready.
You can just eat on stream. We can mute when you're eating. When you no. I can just stick around, and then when you're done, you can come back on stream. No, I don't think the Hogan figure is the best of the Mattels, but I mean, obviously, I wanted him because I don't have any of the original LGNs, and I've only rebought Hillbilly Jim and Paul Orndorff so far. Um, so I like the fact that it's nostalgic and it's like almost identical to the original LGN. But when I look at all the 8 figures, who was the first set? It was Cena, Hogan, Dusty,
Terrible.
Paul.
Hogan was good. Dusty was okay.
Probably Cena's the best of the first 4.
I mean, he was only okay. Like, he was adequate. Dusty
I think
was
the second
good.
set is better.
Hogan was fantastic. And
that's why I think Wave 2 is better than Wave 1, because I think Cena's the best of the first one. And I think 2 or 3 of the Wave 2 are better than the Cena.
And because Wave 2 has Bundy, which is a great figure. I mean, other than Plain Pose, it's still a great figure.
But it feels great in my hand. When I pick him up,
figure.
Bundy is an example of why I like to let him breathe, because I can pick him up and feel him. And there's just something about, I don't know what it is. He's not heavy, but he's perfectly wide for my hand. I've got bigger hands than some, but not as big as most.
Yeah.
But he just feels great in my hand, and I don't know how to describe it other than that. The Warrior is pretty good, and I think he's pretty true to the original LGN, the same look, and he feels good in hand. The leg squeeze on the Ventura, I know they changed it a bit, but the leg squeeze is phenomenal. I don't know how else to describe it. And then who was the last one? I don't even mind the Austin. I mean, he's got a modern look to him. It's not perfect. Like, there's a little bit from him that's not, but I mean, him like this, the hell yeah, that kind of makes sense for him. I don't mind it, other than he does break your shelving potentially if your shelves are like you talked about. Who was the figure you used to use in the original LGNs to measure your shelves out? Because was it Orndorff?
Orndorff, yeah.
Yeah. So this is your new shelf measure, because I think he's taller than Orndorff. If I put him next to, I need to do that. Put him next to my Orndorff, because his hands are way up there. I mean, he's really tall. He's probably the tallest of the bunch.
So right now, I do have Orndorff and Ventura in hand, but I don't have the other 2.
The Ventura is surprisingly, his face, I'm not sure if his face is nostalgic or new. It looks like they tried for one or the other and missed both. So I'm not going to say his face is great, but I like the glasses. I like the updated look. It's kind of neat. The pink, it looks like something he would wear, but it's just the leg squeeze. Feels great. I'm squeezing his legs, and I don't know what it is, and it's glossy, and the pink looks neat on him. His play pose isn't great. It's the same kind of play pose, that's kind of the play pose is the same, I think, as the original, but they did alter him. They made him look more like a manager or a commentator than a wrestler.
Yeah, and that's the great thing with the Jesse Ventura, is that even though they use the exact same play pose as the original LJN, they upgraded it. They upgraded significantly compared to the original series LJN Series 3 figure, and that's important. Yeah. That's why I think that figure is so much better, or so much more improved than the original LJN. So for me, Warrior and Jesse Ventura, to me, were the most important figures of the series. So
I'm excited to get Jake and Piper, though.
Series 3, Jake Roberts, and probably, I don't know. I don't think Piper is the most important figure for Series 3.
He's not, but I like Piper as a wrestler. He, as a kid, I hated him because he was a heel. He was doing his job. But later on, I'm like, man, Piper's probably on my top 5 or 10 wrestling personalities or wrestlers. I don't know how you'd rate him. And Jake's up there, too, So it's neat to see them, and they're looking like the original figures, which, for good or bad, it's nostalgic. Yeah, you might want a better play pose, maybe. But what's neat is I wonder if the snake will be good, because I'm assuming a lot of people who have the original Jake might be missing the snake, because it came with a snake, didn't it? The original LGN. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that's a common problem, is that you don't have the accessories. Like, what is it? The Funk without his branding iron and all that stuff. And maybe hat. Didn't he have a hat too? A lot of times, or was it with the retros, Beefcake and his scissors? So this might be a way to get a backdoor. Oh, now I've got my snake for my original LJN Jake, maybe, and maybe you could fool some people. It'd be good enough for your collection, right? Yeah, I wonder if they will release a Duggan. Is he signed to? He's probably got a Legends contract, doesn't he? I don't think we've seen some collect major Duggans, so I'm not sure.
We might see Jim Duggan. That's a possibility.
I hope so.
But Jake Roberts and Roddy Piper, I think those are 2 of the worst figures from the original LGN line.
And they're going to
And
be the
see
same
them,
because they made them look
and
the
to see
same.
them both in LJ and Mattel was horrible. But I am going to end the stream here, guys,
What?
because yeah, the food is here, and I am drunk as hell, and I can't focus that much. But I do want to talk more about this on Monday, so
Okay.
I think there will be a Monday stream.
Okay, pencil
And
in.
I do want to talk more about the tree and kind of like how some of
The tree
what I've done
stories.
in the backyard has kind of counteracted how people have been selling their houses around the neighborhood. So
They're trying to escape you. They don't. They're like, I'm moving away from this Waddy fella.
a little bit. So um, I do want to talk about more about that on Monday morning or Monday afternoon. So if you guys are interested in tuning in, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Please tune in, guys, if you're interested. I'm not drunk enough to go.
Yeah,
That's
it was
funny. Huh?
me. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
I'm at that point that I'm happy, but I think I'm almost drunk enough to watch AEW wrestling. So I'm going to try to get there. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. I think there's some. Oh, it's 8-4 now. Oh, bases are loaded. Top of the sixth. 8-4 Cubs. They got another run. Grand Slam here would tie the game. You
shit.
sure you don't want to wait and see? I'm behind. If you had them on TV, I'm watching them on ESPN.com. But Swanson's up though, and I don't trust him. Though he hit the
Yeah,
two-run home run last night to win it, so I don't
he
know.
did. I had a great game last night. So
I feel like he's going to be a Jason Hayward.
no,
He doesn't,
he's definitely better than Hayward. 100%.
he doesn't hit well enough. 1-1 count. Maybe I'll hold on here for a second. Let's see. But yeah, no. So you got tacos, Taco Bell?
Yeah, and I definitely wanted to talk baseball tonight too, and I we didn't do that, which sucks because we have a 10-game win streak to talk about, and unfortunately by Monday that win streak might be over.
I mean,
But
they're playing the Dodgers. They're a tough team, but you never know. 1-2 count. Damn it! Strike swinging, strike swinging. Lay off the sliders, Swanson. Swung at two
hey,
sliders.
Patrick, you and me both, buddy. I hope that pool is definitely ready.
It'd be nice to not have to worry about it, to be able to enjoy it. The deck does look great, so it'd be nice to have that to go with your deck. You're going to put in a sauna too, you said?
Yeah, the sauna's almost ready. Just got a
Nice.
few more things that need to be updated, but I mean it's pretty much complete.
And you
When
already
I
have
say this house is going to be like the place to be this summer, I want it to be the hangout to be this summer for people to come by if they want to. So,
and you already have a
um,
jacuzzi, right? So you like have
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to be. I'm trying my best. So,
Ooh,
that is it for now, guys. I
three,
will be back Monday,
3-2 count.
7 p.m. For
Sounds
Live
good.
All Night. Shoot, I'm gonna try my best not to be as drunk on Monday.
Gonna try to be drunker. No.
No promises, but we'll see what happens. I got a few more bottles I gotta finish off, and I haven't bought any new bottles in like months, so I might have to polish off a few more bottles before I go, wine shopping some more. So maybe I will be drunk. I don't know. We'll
Dansby
see what
Hayward.
happens.
Dansby Hayward struck out. Bases loaded with
Mm,
nobody out. Bases loaded, nobody out. Hit a sack fly, you tool. See, that's what I say. Small ball. Come on, guys. I know they're not making it easy, but you've got a ball to lift into the air, but they all want to swing for the fences because they all think they're Mark McGuire or Sammy Sosa. But there's bases loaded with one out, so damn it, 0-2 already, and Pete Crow Armstrong. That guy's
no, he
never
gonna strike out, man. He gonna strike out.
he's never going to
He
figure
don't.
it.
He doesn't do small ball.
He's only struck out twice tonight. He's looking for the third. Damn it.
He just said he only strike out twice.
Yeah, he's 0-2, but he's only had 2 at bats. I hate this because I'm behind and I'm watching it on. I'm literally watching GameCast on ESPN because I don't think I have. I don't believe in the Cubs yet enough to subscribe to Marquee, so I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm a doomer. I mean, I figure the Cubs will blow it somehow, but right now it's fun. 10 games in a row, man. They're in first place.
Right.
Oh, ball 1-2. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But I'm gonna call it night, guys.
Enjoy your
Though I
taco.
still got the food, so I'm gonna go eat, and probably gonna catch it in a couple hours tonight. So
Yep, struck out swinging. 2 strikeouts. Bases loaded with nobody out, and they strike out twice. Put the ball in play. Make something happen. Make the defense get you out. No, I don't do that.
outstanding.
Do they not
That's
have
what we're to
coaches?
see.
I can't be the only one. I've never played professional baseball, and I think my approach sounds better than theirs. So, Craig Council, someone start coaching them up. Anyway, enjoy your tacos. Sounds tasty. Now I want some tacos.
All right, guys. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and for the comments. Thank you so much as always. I did read through every single one of your comments, guys. And as always, I look forward to talking to you guys on Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Please be sure to tune in. And until then, guys, me, Flaviel, check you guys out on Monday night. And until then, guys, take care, everybody. Good night, everyone.